What's up, peoples? We live. I lost track of time. I was organizing my new toolbox.
Organizing your new quarter of a toolbox.
Yeah, I'm trying to fit like every socket that I have in there, and it's not working.
Why? You have 10 times more sockets than what you ever really need.
That's not true. I use every single one of them.
Like I
Well,
said,
I
like I
did
said
in
the
the
other day.
automotive world. I don't now.
Like I said the other day, you used every single one of them just to rotate out the ones you didn't use very often.
Maybe. I have backups for my backups, so I got to go through them and put my backups in the big box and all my regular one. And I got broken stuff. Like I got a lot of broken stuff that needs replaced.
Now you need to find a tool truck to replace them.
I have access. I just got to get over there to my dad's shop, and on Thursdays when the truck guy's there, I'm not gonna make it this Thursday. What's going on, everybody? Let's see what I missed in the chat so far. This is a test of emergency chat systems. Repeat, this is only a test. Had this been an actual chat emergency, totally useless spam would follow. We return you to your regular scheduled show. He says I contacted Ricochet off road about skid plates and 800, talking about they don't know about the new engine. It seems to me like a lot of dealers don't know about the new engine, and I say that's a good sign that all dealers are dumb. Because aren't these dealers? I don't know who that is, but
I don't think CF Moto gives the dealers detailed stuff like a lot of other ones do.
I don't care. I don't care. Machines. That's just a poor excuse, and I'm going to tell you why.
Because you can see the spare dipstick.
You can see the plastic the plastic CVT cover, and guess what? Aren't the dealers supposed to make sure all the fluids are full and topped off? Well, guess what? If they didn't notice that there's an engine change, obviously they're not pulling those dipsticks. Right?
Yes, dipsticks.
Yes. Dipsticks aren't checking the dipsticks and didn't notice that CF Moto added an extra dipstick and a plastic clutch cover and got rid of the wet clutch. What a bunch of dipsticks. And you guys all trust your local dealer.
I trust my not so local dealer. The only thing I could say on that is just get the skid plates for the 800 trail and
drill
a hole for the what is it? It's the engine oil, because the hole for the transmission should already be there.
If I'm willing to bet, get the skid plates for the old Z1000, because the drain holes are probably going to be the same, and you're going to get the skid plate cheaper.
Yeah, because that was the exact same chassis, and it had the same dipsticks.
Same dipsticks, and I believe the drains are in pretty much the same location, if not very close.
Who said good? Who said morning? Morning.
Well, I think it's morning for him.
I'd hope so.
He's in Australia, I think.
But it says 5:30 p.m. right next to his name.
I don't know who this Canton guy. Oh, that's Ronnie. But there's nothing there. Ronnie.
Yeah, I know. I'm invisible.
Where's your video?
Gone.
You have no video.
There, happy?
Yeah. This is a live stream. People like to see the faces. And you do have fans, and maybe you'll figure that out now that you're on live.
Yeah, see, I don't have fans. People just show up so that they can see my pink ball.
No, they
show
you
up and your pink ball.
Ron don't have friends. He has enemies that show up to duel him in side-by-side races with 950s.
Yes, that's right.
So
what,
Ron, I have an idea for this weekend.
You have an idea?
Yep.
Hold
So
on, wait a minute.
I know how you like to drag race everybody all the time.
Not everybody, just people that think they're fast.
All right. Well, I think I'm fast, but I think well, I know the trails very well, so it'd be unfair advantage unless we go ride the place a few times. But I think that we should pick up a fairly simple, easy trail and set a starting point and a stopping point, hand somebody a stopwatch,
Do a course race.
and do a race and see who can come out the fastest.
I'll do that.
But I mean, you guys will have to practice. I don't have to practice because I ride there all the time, but you guys will have to practice, that trail a few times.
I'll do it. I'm fine with that. You see me go around that corner and almost freaking tip it.
Yeah, I know. We're going to have somebody stationed at every corner just to keep you from tipping.
Hey, I got the nads to take a corner fast. Sorry.
In a trail model.
Too fast in a trail model.
Yeah. I have a feeling your wife would be waiting on the sideline for when you get back.
I'm not really sure if it was just the right rear wheel off the ground or if it was only the left front wheel on the ground.
From the video, it was just one wheel in the rear off the ground.
Yeah, but it was higher than that before it come through the video. I can't get it to stop on a part shortly before that because you can see where it was literally just folding my front tire over.
Yep. Brett says dangerous. Raphael says, hey, fellas. Scooter says, hey, Ronnie. See, I told you got fans, bud. So, Ronnie.
Yeah.
I need your help.
Okay.
So, the last heater that I tried to install in here, it took me 2 winters and I still didn't get it to work. I'm not a heater guy. I'm an engine guy.
What kind of heater is it?
It's one of them natural gas ones that hang on the wall.
It's easy. You run a natural gas line.
No. Listen, I've already been down this road. I bought like $80 worth of pipes and fittings. And listen, I bought a brand new heater max buddy thingy off of eBay. It's huge. It's 50,000 BTU. It should be here this weekend. Ronnie, I need to come install it.
Why, are you afraid to get on a ladder?
No, it's right there. It's going in this corner.
No, he needs me because I know a thing or two of heating on air conditioning and all that good stuff.
Know how to hook up the electrical to it without shocking yourself?
I think it just plugs into an outlet. I got an outlet right here. As far as I know, it just plugs in. No wiring needed, but I think we got to drill holes for vents and run line. But the line's right here underneath the AC or the heater. So
why don't you ever put AC in there?
Because I don't like being cooped up in a building. Makes me feel like I'm in jail again. So in the summertime, I like to have all the doors possible open.
Yeah, I shut the door and kick it in the air conditioning.
No, I like working outside. Heat don't bother me. It's cold that really. Well, the cold really don't bother me either, but it's a pain in the arse.
Well, it doesn't bother me. I just have a basement garage, so it's cheaper utility-wise for me to just leave the door shut than it is to open it and make the whole damn house hot.
I used to have a basement garage, didn't I, Ronnie?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, whoever did my basement garage, they insulated around the edges, but didn't insulate the ceiling. So all the hot air just goes straight up.
Right.
Morons.
Sean Dove says, hey, Redneck, watch your videos all the time. Great stuff. Just got a 22 CF Moto 600 a few weeks ago. Love it. It's a very good machine, I'd say. Raphael says needs AC in the garage. No. No AC for me. Fans do well. Thing is, I run fans a lot, but when I'm on video, I have to turn the fans off. Otherwise, you guys complain about my fan noise.
Well, see, you tell them you have AC. It's called 4 doors open and a good fan blowing.
That's right.
To answer Troy's question,
well, we're skipping one.
Honda's the only one that does that.
Belt drive rather than a transmission line. Honda, yeah, Honda's the only
well,
one.
Well, Yamaha, but
nah, Yamaha don't have a transmission like Honda does. Right. Yamaha, well, they have a slap shift transmission now, but they used to just like a regular standard shift. Richard says, "Hey, why didn't Ronnie get stuck the one time I showed up?" He ain't been stuck since I equipped my 4-wheeler to be an off-road tow rope.
I ain't been stuck since I aired my tires up to 12 pounds.
That's true.
It'd give you an extra inch of clearance.
Yeah.
Didn't you guys put that lift on there?
Yeah, we did, but it really didn't do much.
Oh, because you're still running stock tires, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It raised the center up.
So I'm bringing my Mr. Buddy heater for you guys in that tent.
Your what?
My big buddy heater. I'm bringing it for you guys in that tent.
What's a buddy heater?
It's a buddy heater, the one I use here in the garage.
The little propane heater.
Oh, a little propane heater?
Yeah.
It's only supposed to get down to like 50.
Yeah, well, Derek was crying about it.
Well, Derek cries about a lot of stuff.
I know. He messaged me, we're going to stay in a hotel. It's going to be cold. I said, I'll bring a heater. Okay, we'll stay in a tent.
Yeah, they can use the heater. I don't care.
And I'm going to put it in a central room underneath the canopy. So it should keep y'all warm. He said, though, if he gets cold, you have to cuddle him. That's what he said. I got it. Yeah, that's what he said. He said he'll make Ron cuddle.
I got enough cushioning. It's like insulation for 2.
Scooter. Listen, buddy. Did Ronnie get your old steel wire rope when you changed to synthetic? Has he installed it yet? Hey, Ronnie, that's a question for you.
No, I haven't made it over there yet to install it.
Yeah. He better get it installed before this weekend.
Well, depending on what the weather's like tomorrow, I'd be there tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't want to get poured on trying to get there or getting back.
You have a windshield. What's your excuse now? Did you forget?
Okay, the windshield takes care of the front. It don't help if it's blowing in the side.
Well, you might need to get some full cab enclosure then.
I don't think the full cab enclosure works very good with the flip-up windshield, if he's got a flip-up windshield.
Yeah, he does.
Because mine's got like an inch gap all the way around it.
It'll work better than nothing.
Yeah.
Does Ronnie live in Brazil?
Do what?
No. He said, does Ronnie live in Brazil?
No.
What's wrong with the oil filter on the 1000? The U-Force?
What?
Oh, is it an internal filter like the 800?
Oil filter on the U-Force 1000. Do you think they will ever change that system to a regular filter? You can change it to a regular filter. You just got to buy the kit from, is it RPM that sells it?
I think so. It's the Can-Am one, isn't it?
The Can-Am one. It bolts right on. I think it's RPM that sells it. You can buy it and put it right on. There's nothing wrong. I feel like there's nothing wrong with the filter system, but yeah, a screw on would definitely make things a lot faster, easier, quicker.
Yeah, if he gets on the pages though, he can just do a quick search for oil filter adapter.
Yeah, because Glenn did it.
Yeah, there's quite a few posts about it.
Yep.
Some of them are older, but
Yep, you can do it, buddy. It's same as the Can-Am.
so 15 minutes later, I get a message that says Rednecks Live.
Oh shit, we better go over there and join him. We're late to the party. Where's Larry?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm surprised that you just us three.
Larry's been leaving us hanging the last 10 live streams.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, when I change my oil, it makes a mess too.
Murrow must have made him mad today.
It's all right. I woke up to 31 messages that pissed me off.
It does make a mess. I will say that changing that filter does make a huge mess. Yes, I feel like CF Moto could have done something a little better for there, but that's no different than some of these cars these days.
Hey, I got a plastic butter tub that I just pushed up against the engine and heated it up with a little propane torch.
That won't work on the U-Force.
No.
It's down in like a little plastic cubby, and it bleeds all through there. And you gotta, like, I put paper towels. I put a handful of paper towels down in there, and the ones that I do, and it still leaves a mess. I have to hit it with carb cleaner and a hose. It's bad design. You can't get nothing down in there.
Can you drill a hole in the bottom of it so it runs out the bottom?
Well, I think what CF Moto wants you to do is pull that plastic thing off, but it's a pain in the rear to do. It's easier to clean the mess than it is to pull that off. And it runs down along the frame on like all angles and drips everywhere. It's bad.
So who all in the chat is going to the ride?
Yeah, who's all going to the ride and say I, or give us the middle finger? I'm not going.
I'm driving 15 hours. You better go. I'm driving 15 hours to ride 2 days. You better go.
Yeah. Hey, where we go ride on Sunday, Derek won't have to wear a helmet, so he'll be happy.
Where are we going Sunday? The Brickyard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go scout the Brickyard.
Maybe I can do some donuts on wet concrete without a trail flipping over.
Oh, you guys will love it out there in that building.
Well, I've never got to do donuts because every time I try to do donuts, it catches and tries to flip over.
Yeah, you got to be careful in that building too.
Hit a dry spot.
It hit a dry spot. Not have enough wheel spin. Yep. I found that low in that building works great.
No, I'm not doing a donut unless I'm in low anyway.
Right. Have you tightened or loosened your springs for your suspension? Yeah, I loosened my bolts. This is what I did to my springs. I loosened my bolts and I pulled the spring off and I threw it in trash. Bought Elka's.
What machine?
Yeah, what machine?
Because what was that one where the guy flipped his from front to back?
Oh yeah, wasn't that on the 800XC?
I think it was an 800.
He said it made a huge difference, which makes no sense to me.
Said it rode like a dream.
He said, ha ha ha. I'm waiting for the videos. Oh, for this weekend? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have a fun time. You get us clowns together.
I'm gonna have a fun time.
I put Ronnie in, he keeps popping out.
I just filled up my mini fridge with alcohol.
Oh, C4 600 Touring. There's adjustments on there, but they don't do much. I mean, honestly, mine's set in the middle from factory, and I like it. I'm not even gonna lie. Now, could it be better? Sure, absolutely. Is it bad? Not to me. I don't feel like it is.
If you want it
But
softer, just adjust it to the lowest notch.
the lowest notch, and it'll soften it up, but it's going to lower you too.
Probably lower you quite a bit on those.
Yeah.
So Larry ain't gonna make the 30-hour drive up here.
We're trying to get him to fly.
Well, yeah, because he has surgery, 10 days after that?
Something like that.
Be his last playtime before they cut him open.
Right.
Because I know I was down for a couple months after mine.
Right. I never feel like removing the sway bar is sketchy unless you don't know your limitations. So what I recommend is there he is. What I recommend removing the sway bar is remove one link, okay, that disables the whole bar, and drive it around and see how you like it. Removing the sway bar is only really going to hurt you above 40 mile an hour. So
No, it won't.
yeah, it will.
I run mine all the time without it and never have a problem.
Yeah, but we're talking about a U-Force.
We're talking about a U-Force.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. U-Force might get a little top heavy.
And it depends on if you're hauling stuff too. If you're hauling stuff,
Yep.
you're gonna get a little more top heavy.
Yeah.
You can always just pull one loose, zip tie it, or put a rubber band around it or something, and then when you want to hook it back up, just stick it back in, put the nut back on.
Yep. Yep. I removed the sway bar on all my machines except for the 600, and the only reason I didn't remove it is because I'm lazy.
Hey,
And
Steve.
I feel like
You like
I
to
feel
steer
like-
with the back.
yeah, I do like to steer with the back. I don't know. Ask Larry. I think the C4 600 rides pretty good with that sway bar on.
It does.
Yeah.
I was comfortable on it. I got a screwed up back.
Yeah.
I think if the sway bar was off, Larry would have rolled down a hill.
Oh no, I got enough weight to settle that thing down.
Not if you didn't move fast enough, your ass would have been rolling down that hill.
He won't roll down that hill now that I widened her.
Actually, on an off camber like that, the sway bar being gone actually
Well-
makes it sit more level.
It does. It does because it allows the wheels to one to be down and one to be up versus it forcing you to turn over. So yeah, it does make it more stable.
No
Yeah.
scooter.
Yeah,
This
but where
is
he
not.
was, All
right, Larry, what are you
that
playing
front
with?
rear tire, they wouldn't have had enough spring pressure to hold him up.
Scooter says, Larry, is that a 3D printed weight slider?
No.
I've been trying to get him to 3D print some. He don't think they'll hold up.
I don't think they'll hold up. But Steve, this one here that you're selling is pretty goddamn nice.
Yeah, I
And
know.
it's super smooth and slick, low
Gosh
friction.
darn, watch your language.
I
Yeah.
mean, when I get my machine back together, I know this has got to make it won't make the engagement smoother, but I think the operation of the clutch itself will be smoother.
Yep. More responsive.
Yeah. And these are real nice. I think these are actually made out of Delrin.
That's one thing we don't know what they're made out of, but we do know that they come from a very well-known company that makes good stuff that we like. So,
And they are supposed to be able to withstand a higher temp than our OEM ones and be
Yeah.
less friction. And
so for those of you who are not running my clutch kit, you might need those.
I think even running your clutch kit is probably going to be a good improvement.
Oh yeah,
He was talking about him melting.
yeah,
Yeah. I can go grab 6
Are
of them
you-
that are melted.
Are you a little slow there, Larry?
Well, I've been running around and just got home. Red is
tell them.
selling these.
What I say they were, I 130 shipped.
I think that's where you were at after PayPal fees
And taxes, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's where you were at.
Now that you showed that on live stream, next week another company will be selling those.
Probably. If they can find them, because usually they can't find stuff on their own.
No. No, buddy, you don't. They're not a must. They're just an upgraded one from what you got stock.
Now, if you're going to replace your original ones just because there's a lot of miles or high, or they got wear on them, yeah, I would replace them with these, then buy an OEM.
Yep. I wouldn't go out of my way to buy them if there's nothing wrong with the ones I have. Not unless I'm that guy that absolutely wants every little speck of ounce of performance.
Where has Gary been? By every part possibly made. Where's he been at? He's been hiding.
Oh, he comments on my videos.
He messaged me the other day.
Ronnie, is that a bottle of methyl and orange juice?
Oh, you wouldn't drink
Right.
methyl. You drink ethanol, but not
Yeah.
methanol. Methanol will
Yeah.
kill you.
Metho. Who's drinking orange juice?
Yeah, who was drinking orange juice? That was Code Red.
Sponsored.
This episode sponsored by Monster Energy.
Yep.
Only thing that keeps me alive.
They should sponsor you.
And spiced rum and root beer.
At least send you free ones for the very minimum.
What, babe? Oh, run over there. Okay. You know, if you come in any closer, you got to be showing your boobies. Okay.
Tie rods break easy. No, tie rods do not break easy.
Listen, I'm
Unless-
going to prove it. Hold on. Don't even say nothing. I'm going to prove that tie rod ends do not break easy. And whoever is breaking them easy are liars. Hold
Okay.
on.
I got one that I bent, thousands of miles ago, and it's still on my machine.
I've bent both my knuckles and not had a problem with my tie rods at all.
Yeah, I got a bent knuckle too, and it was 100% my fault. I hit a tree stump because I was just going too fast down the trail.
Broken tie rods are the driver, not the tie rod.
Hold on. You guys seen the video where I replaced this rack and pinion in that Z-Force that's over here in front behind my camera. This guy hit a boulder in West Virginia. He bent the plate that this rack and pinion bolts to. Bent it. I had a hard time getting the bolts out. Okay. Not only did he bend that.
Oh, that's got a nice, unique shape to it.
I told him he should take it all the way out, put it in his pipe bender, try to bend it back, and then put it back together, and he'll have a spare rack just in case he needs it.
I should.
Yeah, I don't know if I would trust that with micro fractures.
This one will turn left. It will not turn right. But look.
That's because it's bent. It's not going to go through the slot. If you bend it back with your pipe bender, it'll work just fine.
You can clearly see that bend, right? All right. This one's going to be a little hard to show, but he's got a bend here. Well, I guess you can see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Guess what? Tie rod end, still happy. So you tell me, all you people that are breaking tie rod ends and saying that you wouldn't do anything, you're all liars.
I've had stuff break on mine, and you know what? I was doing something that broke it. I've taken out 2 bearings. I've bent both of my spindles in the front, and broken axle. I've bent my wheels. The bottom's smashed.
So I think we just covered this one.
Yeah,
Do they break easy?
Well, shit. See, if you think about it, I'm like pushing 10K on my Z1000, and I'm still on original pads, original U joints, original knuckles, original tie rods, original rack.
Me too.
I did replace the wheel bearings, even though I didn't need to. I just figured, it's probably getting close. And I replaced the carrier support bearings because when I would go in full drive, I'd have a little bit of vibration.
Right. Scooter says, Ronald, seeing your videos of some of the rock you straddle, I'm surprised you haven't broken the whole undercarriage. You should see the oceans that he sinks it in.
Yeah.
My gas tank on my machine is pushed up and backwards.
Ronnie's has got a hole in it.
Yeah.
That we JB welded a bolt into.
Yeah, but I think he just hit a stick sticking up just right.
Yep.
Ron, now you got to think about it, Ron. You know, our machines hold like 7 gallons of fuel. His only holds like 3.5.
Right.
Who's mine?
What?
My gas gauge does go down really fast.
When you go riding with Ron, we got to call the Titanic recovery team to get him out of holes.
Yep. Well, let's see here. The last time that I was there and we had to pull him out, it took 2 machines.
Hey, you know what? If there wasn't 8 of you guys standing around saying, hey, I bet you won't go in that.
And I have a feeling we're going to be doing that same thing.
Technically, in Kentucky, I did it on my own. That was my fault.
Yeah.
So, as what you're saying is you give in easy to peer pressure.
Yeah, he does.
Dumb stuff like that, yeah.
On 4 Wheels 86 says it looks orange on live stream. I'm sponsored by Monster Energy. I'll just say this is hard to get them to sponsor anymore. They want to know you're going to sell their products. Listen, as many times, how many
of you have to worry about Larry selling it? He drinks enough.
I've got a tanker out here that's parked, and when one was empty, I just got to the tanker, run the hose.
He don't want paid. He don't want paid. He wants free monsters.
Yeah.
A guy has a Z4's 800 trail in Colorado rental biz. He said he's had many tie rods break. Rental driver abuse. Exactly. Driver abuse. Listen, I just proved it. I just showed it. Them tie rods, I've never broken one. Have I bent one? Absolutely. But I was hard on it to get it to bend.
Didn't you do it on a bad landing off a jump? Or coming down a hill or something?
Yep. And it was still driving. How important is doing a good break-in, period, really? Drive it like you stole it, straight out of the box. Break it while it's under warranty. Don't baby it until it's out of warranty to break it because they're not going to cover nothing. Break it while it's under warranty.
Hold on. I got one thing to add to that. Before you drive it like you stole it, give the belt at least a couple of hot, cold heat cycles, then drive it like you stole it.
Yeah, drive it hard and heat up the clutch, then baby it. Drive it hard, heat up the clutch, then baby.
Well, I'm at pretty much 10,000 miles on my machine, and I broke it into the sand dunes running it hard.
Well,
the first 100 miles.
Everyone loves peer pressure. It brings out the best in everyone.
Yeah. Because my theory is just what you said, Steve. If it's going to break, I want it to break under warranty.
Yeah, but like I said, some of these new belts aren't the Mitsubishis. They're putting something else in them.
Yeah. Well, and here's another thing. These ECUs, they're not unlocked for like the first 400 miles. A new machine, the ECU unlocks a little bit more and a little bit more every 100 miles till you hit 400. At 400, the ECU fully opens up and gives you full power.
I'm still waiting on mine to open up.
Oh, yours is open. Or are you talking about the one on your wheeler?
My wheeler.
Oh.
I find that can't be true. Not in the US.
Well, I know that
I think it depends
when my ECU came back from CF Moto from getting reflashed from when it died, the first 400 miles my machine was a little doggy.
Well, there is such thing as an ECU learning process too.
Well, it could be because I don't know. You had a gasket.
Oh, it's
Or-
still blowing.
An about to blow head gasket.
That head gasket's been blowing for like 3,000
And
miles.
for the first couple hundred miles, you could have been burning coolant out of the cylinder, man.
Oh,
Hey, Ronnie,
that
did you see my new
that head
toolbox?
gasket was blowing way before I lost the ECU.
You get a white toolbox to put in a garage that you're going to get dirty.
Yeah, he's not the sharpest saw in the
I bought a white
shed.
4-wheeler that I'm gonna ride in the trails and get muddy.
You couldn't do that around here. The plastics would turn black. We got that nasty black clay. You leave it on there for more than 10 minutes, it's permanently stained.
Oh, wait till you ride the brickyard. Your machine will be blue.
Cool.
So, Steve, I got to put this old belt back on.
Why?
Well, because my other belt looks like a dog chew toy.
Yeah, but is that one still in spec or is it wore out?
It's still in spec, and it's got 5,200 miles on it.
It's Ultimax?
Yep, UA 485.
You can't even.
Why don't you just call
Shut that
Ultimax and get a new belt?
Because that one I bought was
that's
second
right.
hand.
That's right.
$34.
Ronnie, did you go to work today?
Yeah.
Yesterday?
Yes.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, Steve, it's still in spec. It's 34 millimeters all the way around.
So you got what, 2 millimeters left on that one?
Yep.
Well, see, mine was 35 stock, and it's still 35.
Yeah, but that's got 5,200 miles on it.
Yeah, mine's only got about 2 on that belt.
So I don't know if it was somebody's clutch kit that took my other belt out, or if
I
the
think
belt,
so.
or if the belt was just stored wrong.
You've had that belt in there for a long time with no problems.
Well, no, that belt went in there when I put that other person's clutch kit in and ran it for 1,000 miles.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well,
then when I opened it up at the 1,000-mile mark for a longevity inspection, that's when I found all of these starting to melt.
Well, you do know that other clutch kit company has problems with belts blowing up.
Oh yes, all of us have screenshots full of messages. Or just replace with better stuff.
Is the factory coolant lousy? I read that it is and needs to be replaced out of the box. Can you add maybe water, wetter? Listen, I can speak for back in 2019, the coolant sucked. I think CF Moto might have changed coolant because I haven't seen any issues from 2021 and up. Is it true? I don't know. Did they change seals? Maybe. But I do know that back when we were all having water pump issues, it was the coolant, not the pump. Yes, I recommend getting it out of there and getting some good automotive grade stuff in there. That way you know what's in there. I'm still wondering.
Raymond asked, if I change the exhaust on my four-wheeler, do I automatically have to run a tune? No. There's enough room in the ECU programming to compensate for an exhaust.
There is, but a tune will help with the popping. A lot of people say
mine still pops. That's a lie.
On my 1000, I've got an aftermarket exhaust that's totally free flowing and there's no pop, and I'm on a stock tune.
But listen, that's because of the exhaust that you have. If he's going with a slip-on or something where there's no back pressure at all, the reason why they pop is because CF Moto cuts injectors at decel. As soon as you let out the gas, it cuts injectors. They're off.
Yep, AFR gauge goes to straight little lines.
Yep, that's why they pop. Is running lean, yes, but it's not running a bad lean because it's not getting fuel or anything. It's not firing.
It's not cutting the fuel under load.
Right.
On diesel, it's not doing nothing, so it's fine to cut the fuel. Even if you tune it, as soon as you let off the throttle, it cuts the fuel.
Yep.
But a tuner can make it so it doesn't cut the fuel. But then you can get a rich pop.
Yeah.
So either way it goes, you're getting a pop. A tune will help because it's a tune is going to put more fuel in the exhaust and it's going to help, but it's not. Yeah.
No, I still got the stock muffler and I get pop out of mine.
Well, I can't wait. I haven't rode mine since I put the duals on. I can't wait. Larry, you flying out here Friday?
Yeah. The wife said no.
And
And she goes, you know what she said? She goes, we need to do something fun before you go in for surgery on the 4th. She goes, because you're going to be laid up for like a month and a half, 2 months.
So bring her out. You got free reign in my side by side.
I go, well, let's go out to Ohio. No. I go, well, you said you wanted me to do something fun.
Yeah. Talk her into it, Larry. You got a couple days yet. Hey, you know how to get her to say yeah? You go, do you want this D in Ohio? And when she goes, yeah. All right, let's go.
Jesus.
And record it.
How frequently do we grease our machines? Do not ask me how frequency I grease mine because you won't like the answer.
Once a year, twice a year, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I can't grease my 600 because Sir Moto took the grease fittings away.
You didn't drill and tap them?
Not yet.
Oh, God, let me think. When I first bought my machine, I'd grease it like every 500 miles. And then I just decided to quit greasing it and didn't grease it for several thousand.
Yeah.
I think the last time I greased it's when I put new bushings in it because I needed grease in there to fucking install them.
I don't follow any of the maintenance scheduling. I just change all of my fluids, do all my greasing, everything at the beginning of every year. I mean, I check the oil and stuff.
Do not follow our frequency for greasing.
we do somewhat abuse our machines, somewhat.
Now, is what I get kicked out of people that change engine oil every 500 miles, change diff fluid every 500 miles.
I change mine every 1,000.
I know people that do at least a drain and fill every time they go for a ride.
Well, I gotta say this: during break-in, I changed my fluid. In 1,000 miles, I change it 3-4 times. That's just so I can flush out all the metal. After that, 1,000 miles, I change the diff fluid. And 1,000 miles, I usually change the oil too.
See, I go about 2,000 miles on diff fluid and about 3,000 miles on engine and about 2,000 miles on transmission.
That's probably why you ain't been through a rear diff yet. All that extra metal is
it just welds itself back in there.
Yeah. Well,
hey, I went 2,600 on my diff fluid, and there wasn't any metal on mine.
We really don't wrap the exhaust. We kind of just live with it.
Here's the problem with wrapping the exhaust.
It contains heat.
It contains it
absorbs.
It holds the heat so well that it will actually overheat your O2 sensors. It'll get your O2 sensors actually too hot because a lot of people overlap the wrap too far. I do have some exhaust wrap on my Z1000, but it's only under the heat shields because the insulation that CF Moto put in there sucks. So I use that to keep the heat shields from rattling.
Here, I've got a better question that's going to go along with that. Anybody who buys a four-wheeler, a motorcycle, a go-kart, a moped, a side-by-side where you're literally sitting right next to the engine, if you're not going to expect heat coming off of it, you should have done a little more research. It doesn't matter what brand it is either.
Where is Haspin?
My Sportsman was hot. It burned the side of your leg.
Shit, Steve, I'm gonna sell these just as fidget spinners.
Yeah.
Larry's easily amused.
I am.
Mm-hmm. He says it's smoother than his wife's ass.
This is some really slick shit. I'm really excited to see if I can feel a difference in the clutch when it shifts,
I doubt it.
or if I'm gonna have to lighten up my weights a little bit because of the loss of friction. Actually, you know what? When I put stuff in my cup holders, nothing gets warm.
Neither does mine. Buy a better cup.
No, my center console does not. My center console runs ambient temperature because I don't have the coolant lines running through there anymore.
Yeah.
All the heat in your cup holders comes from your coolant lines that run through the center of the machine next to the drive shaft.
Okay, here, I'm going to give a little word of advice on that one. I have a tumbler, one of the 30-ounce tumblers from OEM Tools. And my wife has an Ozark Trail and a few other ones. I've compared it to a Yeti. And I can put ice in mine, and at the end of the day, I still have ice in it.
God, I'm easily amused. You're right, Ron.
Yeah. Very easily amused.
If you would do that to your wife, she might let you come to Ohio.
Oh, I do this to her all the time, but it's a little bit different action. I thought we were being family friendly. What the hell, Steve? Why do you got to get
We
me on
are.
We're just not cussing, and
It's yeah.
I haven't said one cuss word.
This here is as slick as a freshly shaved beaver.
You know how hard that is for me?
Well, none of you three didn't catch that, did you?
What?
No, I didn't hear
this is as slick as a freshly shaved beaver. Actually, I'd have to say waxed. It's more of a waxed beaver. Steve, should I go out and grab one of the ones that are toasted in mine? Broken ears off.
What side of Indiana is on there? What side of Indiana is it on?
Just west of Cincinnati.
That don't tell me nothing because I don't live in Indiana.
Oh, hey guys.
What?
I'm
Jason
jumping off here
Harvey.
because my dinner's ready.
All right. Have fun.
Laurel, Indiana,
All right.
just west of Cincinnati.
Bye.
I'll see Ron this weekend. Larry, you need to show up.
Yeah.
I will
Come
be
on,
there.
you
With,
can
I don't
do
think
it.
it's going to happen.
I'll be there with bells
You can
on.
do it. We know you can do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tell her you're gonna go get some monster. Jump in the car. And just tell her, oh, the monster was in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Right.
So Jason there, he always acknowledges me every time I become a new member in a group that I've been a member in for like 2 years.
All right, guys, I'll see you.
All right.
Every
See ya.
every time I get booted out, he always welcomes me back.
So did you figure out what happened here recently?
Well, yeah, I got booted but not banned because, well, he ended up making that individual a moderator that allowed him to boot me from the group but not ban me, so I had to rejoin. I think he's doing it to keep my status new for people that don't know who I am, so they just blow me off.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting kind of old.
I got blocked from pretty much everything for nothing.
What's up, buddy?
I got blocked from groups that I have never even commented in or been a member of.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was even being kosher at the time. I'm not anymore.
Now, granted, I word things differently in other groups that I'm not admin in to try to keep the peace when people do stupid shit.
Right.
But in our groups, I just say it how it is. No, you're not an you weren't an admin. You're just a member in that particular group. I just don't want to give that group no.
I don't think I'm a member.
You're a member of that group.
I am a member of that group. I don't even
Yep.
know. I don't even know what groups I'm a member of, because sometimes I can get in there, get into some of the groups, and it says there's 10 comments, but I can't read any of them.
Well, that's because the people that commented have you blocked. So
Well,
you can't see their comments.
if they would quit posting comments that I have the ability to prove wrong, they wouldn't have to block me.
Scooter, we cannot confirm nor deny that comment.
What comment?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. No, it's actually not.
Yeah, it actually is.
Close, but
Well,
not.
no, one of them is an admin in the group or a moderator in the group that I keep getting booted out of and have to rejoin.
Yeah, but that's not. Yes and no, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think he liked you before that.
No.
No.
They didn't like you since the clutch.
Yeah, when they deleted all their comments because, well, their comments made them sound stupid.
Yep.
And then when they deleted their comments, made it sound like I was just talking to myself. Yeah.
Yep.
Jason, which Ray Parker tune?
Yeah, it's worth it. Anything he tunes.
I think anything Ray's tunes is going to be worth it.
Especially for the price.
Yeah.
Yep. I know what. I bet I know why Ray is tuning the 950.
I have a pretty good idea why, too.
He has the same hatred we do.
I don't have hatred.
I call it dislike. Disdain.
Yeah. Mine's more annoyance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can rotate the rear wheels up to the front, on the trails and the 950s and everything. Everybody does it all the time. Yeah,
Yep.
First time you put that rear wheel on the front, not only is the width different, the offset's different, and as soon as you go to turn, it will put the inside lip of the wheel right into your control arm.
Yep.
Well, Hooked on Phonics would have corrected that problem or that comment.
No, he never did.
I just don't understand why he took his post down on another page and blamed it on me when I didn't even say anything on that page. I said it on a totally different page on a totally different comment.
Yeah, I think I commented under you about it.
Yeah, so did the person he told that.
Yep.
He left or he removed his comment his post because of me. I didn't say anything on his post. I left it the fuck alone.
Mm-hmm.
I left it alone.
And you know what, Steve? I will be able to put this belt back on the same direction I had it, because whenever I put my belts on, I always put it where I can read it.
That's what I do.
Where it's right side up.
That's what I do.
All mine have arrows.
Yeah. And when a belt's new, it doesn't matter which direction it goes.
Well, I know. But if I ever forget, I can just look at the arrows.
Yep. But do you put the arrows to the front or to the back?
Pointing on top, pointing towards the back.
Pointing towards the back.
See, my factory belt was the opposite way. Whoever put it on from the factory had it facing the other direction.
Had it facing the other direction.
Yeah, so I actually took a piece of tire chalk and marked it. Put a great big arrow on there, so I knew.
You added weight to the belt, Ron.
Yeah, I know it threw my whole clutch out of balance. That's why my 800 trails so slow.
Scooter, yes, run it in low. Towing an 8x5 full of firewood with a U-Force 800. Should I use low range and put along, or high range and drive normal?
He should use a truck.
No,
Yeah, probably.
You put it on. You put it in high. You floor it, and you hit the highway on the way home.
That's right. Full sender, it ain't worth it.
Low range.
I wouldn't haul that kind of weight with a side by side. Ask me how I know.
Which one?
Well, now, Steve, you towed it down the highway at 55 miles an hour for like an hour.
Yeah, they've been out.
That's a little different.
And they were down.
Them bearings in that rear diff were going, help me.
You know, Ron, we can hear her.
All right.
She'll be on her way home just a little bit.
What'd I do?
We can hear every word she said.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's because she's loud on the phone.
She's talking about bringing you home a dildo and everything.
Yeah, I know.
She's gonna be loud with you this weekend. I already know it.
Oh, in the Redneck Hotel, the Redneck condo.
Not like that. I mean, when he's at the riding park wanting to do dumb shit.
That's so funny watching her.
Oh my god.
She gets so mad at me.
But she does it for our entertainment.
Well, you know, I put 4-point harnesses in there to make her feel safer. It didn't work.
Well, maybe you need to put the submarine belt in there too.
A breathe tube that she can stick up.
No, the submarine belt. You know, the one that for the 5-point that goes down between your legs, keeps her from sliding down and out.
Yeah, she puts them 4-point harnesses pretty tight.
I bought 5 points.
You.
I put 5 points in. I bought 5 points, but I didn't put the 5th point in mine. I didn't feel like drilling holes and and screwing with it, so I didn't put the submarine belt on.
So basically, what you're saying, Red, is you're going to have to pick out the course because you don't trust me.
Well, that's actually
I know
kinda
every
smart.
square inch of that park. You can pick whatever you want.
I like making new trails.
Come on, Gemma.
They are not called off-road all-terrain vehicles for nothing.
But
Steve,
they're also not called brush hogs either.
Just because there's a tree in the way doesn't mean.
Oh, dude, I don't think I put the part in my video where I had to pull down a big old tree with my 600 so side-by-sides could get out of a trail.
Hey, Steve, are you going to start carrying these heavy-duty cam plate sliders for the trail block?
If I get enough interest, I've only sold one set.
No, I'm talking about the cam plate sliders. The ones that lock in, the ones that give us the power knock.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't really. I don't know. I haven't really looked into those.
As soon as you get yours back together and we see if it really, corrects the power knock, then maybe he'll make a decision.
That's true. Are there any requirements for the place you all ride on the first? Yes.
Bring your balls.
Bring your balls because Ron's with us. Bring your tow rope because Ron's with us, and so is Ron E. And bring your helmet. No beer, and you're good.
Yeah, no reason to go then. No beer.
And there's no speed limits. You can go as fast as you want.
can you liquor? Can you liquor there?
If you can hide deep enough in the woods where nobody sees you, or if you're that kinky bastard, yeah.
Well, I guess I'm that kinky bastard. You know, my wife controls her liquor, don't you?
No.
With my ears.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I just take my 22-ounce bottle or 2-liter bottles of root beer, and I just go ahead and mix the alcohol in there. That way I just have 2 bottles of root beer in the cooler.
Shame on you, Ron.
What?
Oh,
Thinking
Steve.
ahead?
Why don't you come out here and do this head gasket for me while I'm laid up?
Who?
Steve. Hell, you too, Ron. You can come out and do it.
Listen, doing that rack and
pinion
on the floor messed me up for like a month.
Yes, you can.
I can bring my Polaris Predator 500 and haul balls.
All right, hey Steve,
Yeah.
I have a 2 ways I can go with my oil cooler for my engine.
Left and right.
I can either run my oil through my oil filter, then up to my cooler, and then back to the engine, or I can use the factory oil cooler lines coming off the motor that just runs straight up to the cooler and back, and not run it through the filter.
I would run it through the filter. He says, you guys do much night riding. At this park, you can't ride past 7. They close at 7. I don't really do much night riding because I really don't have people to go night riding with.
Now in Arizona during the summer, that's all we do is night ride.
Yeah, because it's 120 during the day.
That's why belt temperatures are so important to me.
Sweet. We're going to have a Can-Am riding with us.
An 850 Outlander. Sweet. Yep. So who's bringing the Predator?
Well, wait. Stop right there. You better you better clear up what you're talking about when you say Predator.
Polaris. Yeah, we can put Predator in slang. Fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
The only way you can bring the Predator is if I get to jack it up and see how many bad bushings and bearings there are.
It's going to be just as bad as CF Moto when they're new.
Probably.
I had a buddy of mine had a Predator 500. I don't know how it was even still moving.
So, Steve?
What?
Here's 2 of the weight blocks out of my clutch.
After it was cleaned up.
Yeah.
Well, if you notice, this one here is missing the ear and everything now. Yeah, these were pretty rough before I cleaned them up and put them back in after that one clutch kit.
That's what happens when you drive a non-R.N.G clutch kit.
Well, you know that was strictly for testing, and you're the one that sent it to me.
Hey, I tried not to send it to you, and you wanted it.
I wanted to test it.
Raymond,
there's another broken weight block.
Raymond, somebody wrote it there and it broke down.
What?
The comment you just had highlighted up there.
Oh.
Yeah, hey Steve, the sliders for this cam plate, they don't fall out.
Yeah.
If you're careful, they don't either.
No, bullshit. The factory CF Moto ones, you gotta go and put it on like this and hold it and make sure that you got them held in as you slide it in because they freaking fall out all the time.
Yeah.
Even brand new ones.
That comment is funny.
So I said somebody wrote it there and it broke down.
Yep.
Ron,
They drowned it in the booby trap.
That was probably Ron, because we do have pictures of Ron sitting on the shitter out there.
That's true.
Yeah, there was a few good pictures of the shitter out there. I was actually surprised the first time I seen it. We just went flying by, and I'm like, hey, there's a toilet in the middle of the woods.
Yeah. When do you guys come to Bear Creek? There's all kinds of fun stuff out there.
Bet you don't find one thing wrong with it because it's being rebuilt.
Oh, well, that's cheating.
That is cheating.
What year is it?
Well, I'll tell you right now, if he's using factory Polaris bearings or bushings, they're going to be loose from the factory.
No, I just want to know what year it is.
CF motos are sloppy from the factory.
Mine wasn't.
Mine are on my 600.
It's an 06. So man, this is almost your 20th time rebuilding it.
Oh my god. You guys are being mean to that poor guy.
I know. But you know what? I like the Predators. The Predators were fun.
They're
But
bad.
when people tried to race them, they didn't hold up. That was the only
I don't
bad
know. 06, that's kind of back when Polaris actually built half decent stuff.
Yeah, it might be. First time? Well, get used to it. I replaced a few of my bearings not too long ago, and they're loose already again.
Steve, I looked up the surgery they're doing this time on me.
Mm-hmm.
They're removing part of my freaking vertebrae. The bone.
Yeah, so it takes pressure off of
the nerves
inside there.
Yeah, you know, like if you bend over, you can run your finger down your back, the center of it, and you feel the little bumps from your spine.
They're cutting the bump off, aren't they?
They're cutting that whole section of that vertebrae out. That's part of that, and then part of the one below it.
I think you're going to be laid up longer than a month and a half.
Along with going in and fixing the disc. And this is the second time they fixed that disc. And it's like, you know, they were talking about a fusion. And it's like, you know what? If I got to do this again, if it's going to be a problem with that disc, it's like, just pull that disc out, totally remove it. Don't fuse my back and put an artificial disc in now that they approved it for lower lumbar.
Yep.
They'd have to pull 4 of mine out and replace them.
I think it's only authorized for 2 levels.
Well, then they still won't.
Two consecutive levels.
Then they still won't do mine.
I've had Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Suzuki.
I think I've had them all.
Yeah, I would say I have at least had one or multiples of everything.
And I've had a ton of the little Chinese ones and the little TY6 go-karts because those things are just stupid fun.
Yeah, I've had Yamaha, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Honda.
You get them little mini 110s and try to whip around a corner with it. That is such a blast.
But now, if he's just talking side-by-side type rigs, the only one I've owned there is CF Moto.
I've owned CF Moto, but I've ridden and worked on Polaris, Kawasaki, Can-Am. I haven't ventured into working on a Honda because...
Now, some of you guys might blast me, but my next side-by-side is going to be a Yamaha. A YXZ 1000R SS XTR.
Until CF Moto comes out with something badass, and you're going to go, ooh.
Well, you know, if they actually release the one in 2025 that they're going to come out with, I might hold off if it actually gets released in 2025.
Right.
Because that thing's going to be a beast.
Yep.
Can-Am in limp mode. It's Probably got an injector issue or a fan circuit or something.
Belt.
Kind of surprising. What, the Larry would get a Yamaha?
No, I'll still keep my CF Moto for doing things like Moab and stuff. But where I live now, the Yamaha 1000R is just a better fit.
Where you live, CF Moto just doesn't have the power for the constant sand.
I cannot say what they are releasing in 25,
but it's badass.
But it's badass. We may or may not. We may or not know people that are in the R&D department that might have said something.
Showed pictures.
Yeah. Talked about horsepower ratings.
It's built. It's being tested. We know things that dealers don't.
I just want the new trail that's in Australia. You guys can have all the power you want, all of whatever. I don't care.
I do want that thing. I do want that thing, but I want it in an EX model.
Well, you know why I have a trail model, so.
Scooter's being an ass. I'm going to boot him.
Who is?
Oh shit!
No, he's not. He's gonna take the motor off of his 1000 and put it on the mobility scooter
with his 30s.
That way I can cruise down the interstate 80 plus miles an hour. You know.
Yeah, if you've got a limp mode issue, I would just go through all the connections and make sure everything's tight, not wet, all that good stuff. Actually clipped in good.
No new quad releases.
It's a side by side.
They are working on releasing some kids quads, sport quads.
But what I'm talking about is a side by side.
Yeah.
They're just going to be the Chinese ones they already make, and they're just going to put a CF Moto name on it.
Yep.
Yeah,
which is fine because they're only like $70 to rebuild a whole top end.
The side by side that they're talking about 2025 that's coming down the pike is over 200 horse.
And the price point is as of right now, the price point is going to be about $25,000.
And basically it'll be Can-Am style suspension underneath of it. Tons of travel.
CF Moto branded junk shocks, of course, I'm sure.
Probably.
But then again, maybe they'll come up with something good by then.
I don't think anybody's ever going to come back out with another one-seater like the RS1 because the RS1 is not extremely popular.
Nope.
And neither was the Ace.
No.
Actually, I know quite a few people that own the RS1, and they absolutely love them.
Well, the people that do own them love them, but most people ride either, they're a couple, they ride doubles.
Yeah.
They got kids, they got four-seaters. Unless you're a single dude out playing or a single chick out playing or just doing, I know a guy that him and his wife both have them and they do bounty runs with them. But that's all they're for. That's all they use them for. They have a two-seater when they ride together.
They're a badass little machine.
Yeah. Especially when people throw a turbo on them.
Yep.
The new CF Moto that we're talking about as of right now is not a turbo model. But honestly, the power that it's putting out, it don't need one.
I don't like turbos.
Me either.
The only thing I don't like about it is the Razor guys with their turbos, and they put a bypass pop-off valve on them, and you hear that every 10 seconds.
You can get a sealed one that releases back into the tube, so you don't hear that.
Yeah.
They do that intentionally because it sounds cool, just like all these kids with their Hondas cutting the exhaust off right in front of the cat. And all you hear when they leave the house in the morning is.
Also has a maintenance light on because of oil change. I just don't know enough about the Can-Ams.
I don't know if a maintenance light would cause it to go into a limp mode.
I guess it could depend on if the maintenance light's been on for a certain amount of time that they do, maybe. I don't know.
Your owner's manual should tell you how to reset the maintenance light.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably says something about the lines, take to dealer.
Yeah, take it to your local dealer.
That's probably what it says.
It's probably right underneath where it says, do not drink the liquid in the battery.
CF Moto manuals are starting to get bad like that now, too, that I'm noticing.
My favorite thing was when they started putting do not jack from here on oil pans, and it's actually in the casting.
Right. You know how many engines I've jacked up by the oil pan? I just use a wooden block to evenly distribute the whole weight across the whole engine.
I've done that if I've had to, but
or a guy that's got a floor jack and he tries jacking it up, take the tire off, but he jacks it up on the frame instead of the axle.
Yeah, you seen that video earlier?
Yeah, it's like, what the hell?
That Ford?
Yeah.
My jack's all the way up and the wheel's not off the ground yet.
Right.
Don't jack it up from underneath the diff. Or not underneath the diff, but underneath the spring. I've actually watched somebody jack a truck up from right underneath the center of the diff.
I do.
And I watched the diff explode.
No shit.
Yep.
Must have been a Chevy.
It actually says not to jack it up from there.
Must have been a Chevy.
I've always jacked trucks up there.
I don't. I jack them up from underneath the spring shackles.
If you go into a tire shop and you got a full size pickup, they usually put a jack on each front control arm and a jack underneath the center of the diff.
Yep.
This guy never did in 27 years. Because I knew how to read a book.
You guys like my welfare style glasses here? My readers? You like those?
They're sexy.
The fucking wife hates them.
They're so big you won't be able to carry them on the plane with you.
Probably not.
I actually sitting here have time to clean out my nails. So yeah, I'm hoping that I can find some leftover grease so I can grease my CF Moto when I'm done.
It's fool's gold. It's really copper shavings from bearings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Aaron's in the house.
Yeah.
I don't know where the heck he's been.
Hiding.
He doesn't talk to us that much anymore.
No.
I don't think he likes us.
He don't like us anymore.
Oh.
Nobody likes me anymore, and I'm a nobody.
Yeah, Calvin, a lot of people are having this issue, and I've tried to address it, but too many people still don't watch my YouTube channel, so we need to get out those videos, help share them, so people can learn about their new engine change, because CF Moto's not going to tell anybody. Shame on you, CF Moto.
Neither are dealers, apparently.
Yeah.
We already discussed that. The dealers don't know because they're not doing their job.
If I go to buy a brand new 800 and they try to sell me one with an aluminum cover, I'm walking out.
You want that trail block, don't you?
Actually, no, because after I did what I did to mine, I don't need it. But still,
Changing the clutch is easier. Tuning it's easier.
yeah, changing the clutches is easier. But once I've already got it done, it's done.
Not you, simply. We're talking about other people that don't know about the new engine change.
Oh no.
Hey,
Talking about him there, not not talking to us hardly anymore.
Oh, he
doesn't like
watches.
us.
Yeah, he watches my videos. He just don't pop in and say, "Hey, assholes, what you been up to?"
language, earmuffs.
Yeah.
I would still let him post a bunch of videos in the groups if they didn't always contain a particular dealer.
Yes.
All on back orders.
Hint, simply. Hint.
The same thing with the other YouTuber that we like.
Yep.
I would like to see a single seat 1000.
Hey, though, Larry, I gotta say, I understand though. He's got to try and grow his channel, and it helps.
Yeah.
I just sprinkled Viagra on mine.
Like I said, Ron's the only one you don't have to spit on. You just stick it in dry and he won't squeal. And Gemma,
I agree, Mike.
That's why you will never meet Ron.
Who?
Gemma, one of my puppies.
So, who in here rides a 950?
Nobody answered the question. Who in here's going riding on the first with us?
I'm going riding on the first.
I'm
Yeah,
going.
one person answered. Ed answered. There's a Predator coming, and there's a Can-Am coming. So there's 3 that answered.
That's true.
Simply New England rides a 950.
Oh,
Yeah.
When you guys get there, tell them you're with Redneck Garage. Or just simply say, I'm with Redneck.
How come nobody will post any run times with a 950? You guys that have 950s.
Do I have to keep explaining this to you?
I want to know.
Because they're all running a competitor's clutch kit, and when they run the times and they figure out they're slower than you, they don't want to post it.
$500 trail is not good.
Yes,
actually, it's not a bad little machine.
It's better than the old 600.
Larry, tell them what my wife's 500 does.
Yeah, it's a good little machine.
It's a very good little machine for what it is.
Hey, if yours is all natural, you should do a run with it because I just want to see what it does all natural.
The 500 trail, 0 to 60 in 5.3 minutes.
Downhill.
Downhill.
With a 65-mile-an-hour tailwind.
I was talking about Simply New England. He said his has no clutch kit. It's all natural.
It's good, never broke anything, but because it's a trail, pretty rough.
That's fixable.
Yeah, that's fixable. Yeah,
mine rides pretty smooth.
Yeah, that rough ride.
Until you hit the tipping limit.
Simply, I will send you a clutch kit if you do a video on it. I will send you the full enchilada.
You know that secondary is pretty wicked on the 950/1000 engine.
It is. Hey,
200, 1200 with 18-gram weights, no helix or nothing, no clocking.
What?
Michael,
he's running a 200, 1200.
Ouch.
Which is a 1016 spring with 18-gram weights.
Better than the 1017.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But unless he's on something like a 32-inch tire, something over a 30, that's way too much spring still.
What's he saying? I could do it on the road out in front of my house. It's a straight shot, no hill. Just need to avoid the police. What's he talking about?
What do you mean avoid the police? You're in a side-by-side.
Running times.
Later.
Oh.
Yard darts.
going because my quad. I never said I was going because my quad is still being built and won't be done until next month because of parts being on back order. Sold it.
Oh,
And
wait,
bought
wait a minute,
another-
wait a minute. I thought everybody could get parts for every other brand except CF Moto. Thought CF Motos only had back ordered parts.
Oh my, we're learning new things. I don't know how to install it. I am mechanically stupid. You know this.
Oh, it'll take you like 15 minutes.
No, it'll take you.
Well,
The whole
if you-
enchilada 45.
yeah, the whole
Hey,
enchilada 45 minutes.
simply, I have an install video.
My next door neighbor.
DJ Scott's gonna be there.
Yeah,
Mike,
Michael,
what-
shut. I don't. Yeah, I don't run nowhere near that.
Now, what size tires is Michael running?
Now I have ran kits similar to that. Yes.
Didn't you say you're running 32s and thinking about going down to 30s?
If he's running 32s, he's fine with the setup he's got.
Yeah, if he's
If that's all he's got into it, yeah.
Yeah, if he's running 32s.
But yeah, if he's
I'll be there the first with.
No, he's on 30s.
DJ.
He needs a lighter spring.
yeah, if he's on 30s, he needs to go down to the 1015 spring.
Hey DJ, you're not coming camping Friday night?
Maxis Rampage. How do you like those Maxis Rampage? I seen a set of those for sale earlier.
Oh,
And I might here shortly have an extra set of 14-inch wheels.
she's saying hello, mommy.
I run a company called Redneck Racing. Heck yeah. Hello, that's true. So let me ask:
What?
does the kit void the warranty? I have 5-year on mine that I.
That's the box my camera came in
So
from Harbor Freight.
Your 5-year warranty.
Remember that we bought in Portland?
Your 5-year warranty, since you're in, your 5-year warranty and your standard 1-year or even the 2-year warranty does not cover the clutch past 90 days. So your clutch only has a 90-day warranty. So yes, it will void the 90-day warranty.
I've got 2 sets of 14-inch wheels and a set of 15-inch wheels.
Roxadoodle.
The 15-inch
That's
wheels I just
Roxy,
drive
come
right
That's
down
all,
the road.
that's all right, DJ. Come on camping, everybody. We got all them spots
Come here.
filled
Oh,
up.
there we go.
Come on, we'll put your tent up somewhere. Come join us. We
Hey,
got-
Ron.
How many
This is a
people
real
we got
dog.
camping? Like 20 something.
My dog's over there asleep in the kennel. Well, one of them.
That's a real dog.
Mine are real dogs.
Ron, how many people did we figure out coming camping?
I think we figured like 17 or 18, but we just rounded it up to 20.
Okay. So DJ, yeah, come camp with us on Friday, buddy.
But that was including all you guys that are already there.
He says 25 people. That might be close. Let's see. We have me, my wife, my 2 kids, Ron, his wife, Ronnie, his old lady. DJ, how many people are you bringing? We'll count that.
Derek and Melissa,
Derek and Melissa. There's 10.
Ed and his daughter.
Ed and his daughter. Jason, and I think he's bringing 3 or 4 other people. We're almost at 20. I would say up close to 20 or more.
Well, you said there was a few that were coming just to ride for the day.
Yeah,
Sure.
but I'm talking about camp. There's
Yeah.
we're gonna have even more people riding. Him and 2 others. So yeah.
So, Steve, he says it's been good so far. Not good for high-speed loose gravel.
Been good so far, not good for high speed loose gravel.
Lighter spring, lighter weights.
Do they make a tire that's good for high speed loose gravel? No.
No. I think that's what he's talking about. The
Yeah.
32's not being good
Oh.
on loose gravel.
No, yeah, he was talking about the
Raphael, we're camping at where I camp at. So we weren't like inviting everybody. We were only inviting people that we normally
Fucking scooter.
associate with, huh?
Fucking scooter.
Oh, but yeah, we were only inviting like the people that we normally associate with because I don't know offense, but I didn't want people that I really don't know, having a bunch of people that I really don't know camping where I'm camping. If you can understand. But there is a camping spot that's just like, what is it, a mile down the road from the riding park? It's a KOA. So we're riding at Bear Creek off road here in Ohio. It's in Stark County. And then there's KOA that's like a mile down the road.
Yeah,
oh my God.
The only reason Red didn't want a lot of people there was at the camp.
You just now notice that, Steve?
Yeah.
That's where he camps all the time, and his camper is permanently sat for the summer. So
they're coming to steal your quad.
Yeah. Oh, you already know. The mafia, I'm surprised ain't showed up at my house yet.
I haven't got a call from the mafia boss since I told him to F off.
I haven't either. My wife said this to me yesterday, I think it was.
You're due for a call?
She said you're due for a call, but maybe they just gave up.
What can we do to be friends? There's nothing. We're never gonna be friends.
Get off my toes.
Yeah.
Quit deleting comments and groups.
Quit trying to control the narrative.
Yep.
What's a narrative?
You know what the Democrats do? Oh shit! I just brought politics into this.
He's gonna get monetized now.
Damn it.
Hey DJ, since I got you here, buddy, I haven't had a chance to message Amanda. Hold on. Hold on.
That tool cart's almost taller than he is.
Can you ask Amanda if she's got enough material, if she can make my new logo? She has it in 1 foot tall by 2 foot wide or something similar, but no bigger than that. Yeah, she said what?
With rings so they can be used for flags.
No, I want to put one on my rolling cart. She has your shirts done. Yeah, she messaged me the other day. She was working on them. She changed to my new logo. She didn't have to. She messaged me and said, "Hey, you want me to?" And I'm like, "Sure." Okay. Thanks, buddy. Just if she can, just tell her bring it and then tell me what I owe her and I'll get her the money. Even if we got to stop at a bank or something,
What's that pretty green thing?
That's the new spring. This whole kit is sold.
Sitting on top of that pretty silver thing.
It's so beautiful.
Mine's prettier.
I never thought an aluminum piece like this would make such a difference.
I know that under 25 miles an hour on the trails and I tromp into it on my 1000, it freaking instantly sends me sideways.
Yeah.
Dude, I told you that when I put it in mine. Anything under 30, it'll just cut them loose, even in high.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The back shift on it is just amazing.
Now it depends on how fast you're going. If you're running 70,
there's no back shift left.
Yeah, the back shift's not all that great. Till you get back down to about 50. Then you're good.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to having some back shift. But who really rides it that fast?
Really? You're going to ask that question?
Besides you, because you drive it on the interstate. But when you're driving it on the interstate, you're really not concerned with back shift.
No, but some of the trails out here through the desert were running that fast too.
Heck yes, I'm excited for him, buddy.
What?
DJ's having Amanda. Well,
Hillbilly Adventures said nice paperweight.
Amanda is making me and my wife sweaters, hoodies.
There's a big difference between a sweater and a hoodie.
Yeah, well, you know what I meant. Hillbilly, I got a paperweight. I have two paperweights actually. Paperweight number 1.
That's an OEM Helix.
Yep, I gotta wait till Larry gets back to show this paperweight number 2.
Oh, I can hear. I'm just out in the garage.
No, you gotta see.
Oh, I can already imagine what paperweight number 2 is.
What is it?
It's a 35-degree helix, more than likely.
No.
No?
No.
Spring kit?
Yeah. You
I
see
know what
what
that is too.
You see what spring it is. Let's see.
All right.
Engagement 2100. Peak around 7500. GPS 68. Yeah, you need a softer spring.
Yep. Well, he's running 32s too, so.
Well, I can go faster than that in my 800 trail with 30s.
Hey, Larry.
7,500 RPMs is a little high too. By about 1,000.
Hey, Larry. You ride the same type of stuff.
Yeah.
Tell him what my clutch kit will do.
For the rocky stuff, you'll get a lot better throttle control because you won't have that jerky takeoff. You'll still be able to run out at high speeds, and it'll all around be better. I mean, I go to Moab, it runs great. Down here, I run great. I don't have to change my kit for either one.
Simply, are you still on my Facebook Messenger?
Michael, that's the spring I would probably run right there and lighten up your weights.
He may not even need to lighten up his weights.
Correct. Simply correct.
Well, on the 950, because it's throttled by, it's fly by wire on the throttle. I don't think it's as responsive as on my 1000, where I have a direct link to the throttle. If that makes sense.
What's his last name?
Who?
Simply.
Boyd.
Yep, Aaron Boyd.
Yeah, he's not on here. He must have deleted me like everybody else did.
Simply, my kits are designed differently than others. My kits will give you power, but they'll also give you that perfect cruising RPM, and they give you that perfect throttle control. My kits are not designed to keep you at 8,000 RPMs banging off limiter before you hit 20 mile an hour. My kits are designed for the average person that wants more power, better throttle response, better throttle control, better back shift, and keep as much top speed as possible. Now, some of my kits, I do kits for people who mud, so they lose a ton of top speed because they need all the power for the mud. But somebody who's a light mud rider, I have a kit that's perfect for them too. You're still running what? Stock tires simply?
Oh, we can find a spring that'll lift his front end.
Yeah, a 400, 1600.
Yeah.
10-gram weights. It might lift his diff right out of there too.
That might do that too.
Did you need to take out your rear diff? Because we're about to make that happen. Yeah, so actually this full kit right here with the spring and the weights that are down inside here in the bubble wrap. Now mind you, I only painted the spring green for the video that I did to differentiate it from the stock spring. You know,
oh hell, that's the wrong picture.
I think you would like it over stock any day, all day. You're gonna get rid of the jerkiness, and I can send you a kit that'll do good for 30s too.
So what's the other paperweight? Oh, yeah, I got one of those. That's what melted my weights in my clutch.
Yep.
Yeah, Aaron, you know how like when you're in eco mode, your throttle's like way smoother when you go to take off? Think of that, but smoother yet in normal mode with the clutch kit.
Smooth as your Jeep in the trails, man. Yeah, it won't jerk no more when I'm done with you.
Yeah, Steve, I got one of those paperweights right here.
There, Aaron, check your messenger. That's my setup right now with that Helix.
Now my kits are power on demand. You punch it in its throat, it's going to give you power. It's going to leave all your buddies sitting.
There's that other paperweight.
Hold that spring up. This is a 1200. Yours is a 1600, I think, or some.
No, it's a 12. It's a 215 or 212 1612.
Okay.
Is what the package on it said. That came from Vates Verkos, the man sucks chicken.
What's up, Jack?
And actually, if you look, you can see where the material from the weights had melted to the spring.
Yep.
From the weight blocks.
That's horse crap.
That's not our spring.
Ron, I don't remember what everybody ordered. I'd have to look back. Let me go look real quick.
I know that Helix. I know that Helix really surprised me on that night ride when I actually got to get out there on the trails with it.
Yep. How long ago did you order? Because I'm looking through my list of chats. It's not pulling him up unless he's on my other Facebook.
There, I just gave Aaron some proof.
Skeeter's in here.
That's not my fastest run either. My fastest run was on a different setup, but this is the setup that I run all the time because, well, I've got 3 setups. I've got one that takes me up to 80 mile an hour plus. I've got one that did 0 to 60 in 10 seconds flat. And
2 weeks ago. Okay.
then this one.
I have to look up your name. Hold on. I'm gonna try and get over there and look you up.
Oh.
There you are.
What dog wants a clutch kit? Oh, mine? That barking? You can have that dog if you want it.
All right. So it looks like what you're getting is the Helix, not this spring, but the primary spring and the weights. That's what it looks like you got. And it should be on the way to you because they shipped out starting last Friday into this week. So should be on its way.
So, Steve, you see all these springs that he's got listed here?
Yeah.
I would go with the 200, 900. And then as for weight, I would choose the proper weight to control the RPMs where you're not over.
Now, let's be clear here. I'm not giving out any of my clutch setup info.
But for what he has here,
with what he has here, I would go with a 200, 900, and I would go with 16-gram weights.
Yep, that's where I would start, and then go up or down from there to get in the RPM range that he wants to be in.
And I highly, highly, highly recommend this Helix because it's also going to change the equation quite a bit.
A lot of it.
Later, Raphael. We'll see you. Okay, Ron. So yeah, you'll be that kit you would have got first because the Helix was back ordered, and that's on its way to you. Now this spring is $95, but I want to say we're sold out, and I don't know when the next shipment is going to be. I think we sold out of these already, and we're almost sold out of the Helixes too.
Again?
Yeah, dude, we can't. Well, I pre-sold a lot of them, and all of them were sold before we even got the shipment.
Yeah, and then the manufacturer can't keep up with them.
They can't, and they shipped us a double order of what we normally get, and then they're shipping us this week another order, but all those are on their way of getting sold out too. We can't keep them. And when I tell everybody, everybody's like, well, give me 2 weeks to have the money. I can't guarantee you're going to get a Helix in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, you might have to wait a month to get it. They shipped us 200. We sold 200 like that. They're shipping us 20 more this week. And we have 500. We have 500, not these green springs, but the springs are not this, but the primary spring. We have 500 of those we should have next week. They're at powder coater right now.
To answer Simply's question, that's where I ride to. Well, not in New Hampshire, but southern Missouri is nothing but hills and rocks and tight trails.
My MacBook is at 10%, so it may or may not die.
I'm surprised it's not dead
hey,
already.
You know what? I'm going to bet you when it gets down to about 1%, right after that, it's going to die. I mean, my phone does it too. That's why I use a old ass computer here at the house because it's plugged into the wall.
Well, me being out here in the garage,
Why paint the spring? You can't see them once installed.
It's
Rust.
for corrosion resistance.
Mm-hmm.
He's not painting it; it's powder coating. There's a difference.
See, some of us actually care about the product that we sell, so we paint it. Unlike this one, so it doesn't rust. Now this one didn't even have a chance to rust because it was only in the machine for 100 miles.
Well, I ran that one for 1,000. I wanted to give it a good, fair test.
Yeah, but you don't live in a rust state.
Nope, I do not. It got coated with melted clutch
Plastic.
weight blocks.
Yep.
Man, I'm glad I don't have to worry about them melted weight blocks. So, if anybody gets any wild hairs up their butts with that Helix and decides to throw a stiff, really, really stiff spring on it,
Good luck. Good luck
Don't.
to you.
do
Good
not
luck
do
to you.
it.
Good
I
luck
did it.
to you. That's why we came out with a softer spring.
I did it just because Red said, "Hey, why don't you try this?" And I said, "Okay." My belt, literally just doing 3 pulls, my belt was stuck to my secondary sheath.
Yep.
It sounded like peeling a Band-Aid off.
Yep.
I'm gonna say that was not a good idea.
Jerry, how big of tires do you plan on going to? I really don't like recommending anything over a 30-inch tire for any CF moto.
I don't even recommend a 30-inch tire for a trail model.
No, but he's
Up
talking
to
he's talking to 950.
950, 30s, 32s, depending on what brand and how heavy they are.
Yeah, even 32s are pushing it.
Yeah, but most 32s don't measure, but maybe 30 and a half, 31. Most. My 30s measure a true 30.
Running a 30, Jerry, you'll actually be fine with stock clutching. It's going to be just as jerky with 30s as what it is with the stock tires on it.
I'd just replace the spring so get rid of the jerkiness.
Yeah. And then if you want later on, throw a Helix on it, which will wake up the bottom and mid-range quite a bit. I ran my Z1000 with 30s on it for thousands of miles and never had a problem with the stock clutch.
It actually worked better with the 30s with the stock clutch.
Yeah. Yep.
To answer Simply's question, his last question, it's just better.
Wait a minute. He said from other competitors who don't offer Helix. Is he talking about maybe Airdam? Because Airdam
that don't offer that Helix.
don't offer this Helix. There is no Helix, nothing out on the market that's like this Helix. Nobody. Nope. Nobody has came close to this kind of goodness. Am I saying the Helixes that are out there junk? No, I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying though is this Helix is a Helix that will get the job done no matter what kind of rider you are. It's a multi-angle Helix, so it has 3 different angles. Nobody else has a Helix that's 3 different angles for starters.
And it also comes directly from the creator of it.
It also comes directly from the creator of it. It also is made here in America by a small company. So we are supporting a mom and pop company by doing this. which is one of my biggest goals. I hate corporations and big high dollar companies that just want to rake in the cash. These guys earn their money and they're getting it from all of us.
And the dealers that have wanted that Helix to buy it can't buy it unless they buy it through Steve.
Yep, there has been a lot of dealers. I'm not going to name any names, but there's been a lot of dealers that we know try to buy this Helix, and when they're told they have to buy it through me, they're no longer interested. But that's pretty much because I'm not giving them a deal.
What am I supposed to be reading?
I don't know.
I don't even see his last comment.
That's about it, Rob L. Steve, Rob L goes, leave it to a snowmobile guy to come out with some kick-ass clutching.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem, the cool part about that is I've been asking for a Helix like that for about a year and a half now.
Yeah, me, you, and Larry, yeah.
I'm searching the web trying to find something that was left over from, Can-Am and Arctic Cat, hoping that we could find something that had been previously made. And they don't make them anymore.
Everybody who thinks they're going to get this Helix cheaper through him, you're all wrong, because I sell it for the same identical price as he does. And by doing that, you're supporting me and him both. And he works in conjunction with me, and I work in conjunction with him. And we come up with different things. And I do a lot of the testing because he don't have access to the machines. Plus, he's an older guy. And so I've been doing a lot of the testing. And thanks, Simply. Appreciate it. I've been doing a lot of the testing. Appreciate it, buddy. On these kits, and I have not given my clutch information to anyone because I'm afraid they're going to copy me. But Bill is a super down-to-earth guy, and he's personally genuine about the brand and what he does. And me and him has I don't really know the guy from Adam, to be honest with you. I've only been working with him for 4 months now. But we talk every day, multiple times a day. And we do video chats late at night, just like me and Ron and Larry do, to discuss things. The guy is genuinely a really awesome guy. His wife's very nice. She takes care of all the shipping. And any little issue that they have, they call me on the horn. He's called me at 2 a.m. before and said, dude, we got a problem. We need to fix this. And we get it taken care of. And he's just super nice. And I love the way that he does business. And he has my clutch setup information just simply so he has the sourcing to stock what I need. So once he's fully stocked, all of my kits are coming from him. Now, they'll be on his website, but you as a consumer isn't going to know what spring and what weights, what kit goes to what, because they're only on his website worded for me to know what they are so I can sell them, because I drop ship from him. So if that makes any sense. But yeah, I'm the guy that's in charge of selling all his stuff. You can go to his website and buy the Helix. You can go to his website and buy the spring, but you can't go to his website and buy my kits. Only I can, because only I will know what they are.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Read the question/comment from 417 Off-Roading.
Yeah, I don't want to comment on that one.
I will if nobody else wants to.
Hold on. Let me read it and hold on. We do not mess with anything that has to do with that kit.
Personally, I would throw it in the trash.
I'd ask him. Never mind.
He won't get his money back. They won't do that. But you know, Steve, I think your offer is still standing, isn't it? Aren't you still running that special deal?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and inform them?
Steve is running a special right now for this month. If you have a competitor's kit in your machine, if you buy his and you don't like it better than the competitor's, he will refund your money.
Yep.
And since he's been doing that, not one person has returned a kit to him for a refund.
I've had one return. One return.
Oh, you did have one finally?
Yes, but I'm going to explain it. The guy was drunk one night, messaged me and ordered a Helix. Okay. Messaged me the next morning and said, "Can I cancel that order?"
That was that drunk order.
Yep. And I said, typically I don't cancel orders or refund money unless you have a problem with my kit, or what we just said, if you buy my kit and don't like it over another competitor's. And that's any competitor's kit. I don't care who you go to. They could be Joe Blow down the road. I don't care. My offer stands because I back my stuff. I shouldn't have, but I'm a nice guy. And I said, you know what? Return it. If it's undamaged, not installed, I'll give you your money back. So he got it in the mail and he returned it back. And you know what? The guy was actually very nice about it. And he said, listen, he goes, I feel bad for wasting your time. I only want a partial refund. And I said, well, how much do you want? And he told me, and I felt like it was fair. And I refunded him what he wanted. And he was happy. So he kind of gave me a restocking fee. It wasn't much, but kind of like a restocking thing. It was his fault. It wasn't nothing that I did. And genuinely, the guy was real nice. I have had multiple drunk orders, but I've had people actually install them and go, you know what? I changed my mind. So I've only had one order returned, and that was it.
And that was a drunk order.
Yep.
So there you go, 417. Try one of his kits. If you don't like it better than what you're running now, return it.
And you know why I offer that? I offer that because I've noticed at other companies, whenever people, and this goes for any company in general, we're not just speaking on any particular one. I've noticed that when you have a problem with a performance part of any sort, whether it's for a car, truck, boat, whatever, they always blame it on something. They always blame the customer. So with my strategy is I want you to trust in what I do, and I want you to know that I got your back. And I also know that the other companies are not going to give you that same offer. They may now, because I'm sure they're watching this live stream. But I was trying to keep that kind of secret and only tell it to certain people, but it's okay. Cat's out of the bag. Now, I was only doing that for this month. Just simply because I didn't want people to order it, copy it, and send it back to me. And I feel like there's enough people that vouch. Now, regardless of that offer, if you install my kit and you're not happy with it, and you say, Redneck, it's not doing exactly what I wanted, what can we do to fix it? Well, you're going to tell me what it's doing or not doing, and then I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to send you this other spring or this other set of weights. I'm going to send you that free of charge, even if it ends up costing me money. Because in the long run, I want you to keep the kit. I want you to be on Facebook saying, man, this guy out of his freaking garage, he took care of me. And I just want you to genuinely know that my kits are good. And you got to think, all of my clutch kits are just a base of what the average person may need. I don't ride like every person out there. So you may get my kit and you may say, Redneck, I need just a little bit more power. Well, it might be as simple as clocking the secondary a little more or a little less, or I might have to send you a new spring or new weights or whatever. But I will say this. I have yet to this day, I've sold, since I've been off work, I've sold about 1,000 clutch kits. We sold quite a few hundred helixes. I've sold a handful of these springs already. And not one person has asked me to change a thing. Not one person has said, I want my money back. Not one person has said, Redneck, it's not doing what I want it to do. Not one person has said anything negative of the sorts. So I feel confident in saying what I'm saying.
And
Yeah.
I will answer his next question. If and everybody knows my opinion on this. There's only 3 helixes that I would recommend for any CF Moto machine. One of them is from the competitor, the 2-stage, the Stingray, or just leave the damn thing stock.
But now here's another thing.
And the price difference, though, I'll buy the Stingray over the 2-stage any day of the week.
But now, see, here's another thing. If he hadn't told us what he was running, he would, and he ordered that helix, he would not be happy with it with that stage 2 spring.
If my laptop dies, I'll be back.
Because that stage 2 spring that they sell should be on a freaking coil spring on the front end of a Dodge pickup.
Yep.
It's way too stiff.
And hold on.
I had one in my machine for testing, and it was in there for 24 hours, and I couldn't get it out fast enough. I sent it to another person who liked it at first, ran it for 20 miles, and the buttons on his LP3 secondary were a third of the way already wore out because it applies so much pressure to it. So 417 off-roading, if you had looked at your buttons on your secondary where the helix rides and where they were, how much they were worn before you put the new helix on, and look at them now, I bet you the wear is double or triple.
This secondary right here has an Articat spring in it that is equivalent to the stock spring at B3. I only use this for special occasions and for one certain thing, and that is something that it's not going to be in there for very long. And I'm not going to be riding it very long with that setup. And yeah, that was a waste of money. Like I said, it does good for one thing and one thing only. But it ain't gonna last.
Right.
It's already eating the buttons.
See you later, Aaron.
Yeah, it's already chewing up the buttons. It's already melted my belt. I mean, like I said, if I go out and do a drag race and I don't give a shit about my belt, and I'm going to be changing it right after or whatever, this is going in it. If I'm going to take my machine out and ride it, this thing ain't going to be in it.
Now, with that said, Ron, would you ever pair that with that other helix? No, that spring.
Well, I was dumb enough to pair it with Red's helix when I was doing testing.
Yeah, I told him not to, but he's like, "Well, I want to." I'm like, "We'll do it then."
Hey, you know what? I tried all options. That's what testing is for.
And you've broken a lot of shit.
Yes. I've actually ripped 2 belts during testing. I've had a lot of fun. It's been fun. But I'm done testing for a while. And I'm just going to go ride my machine with the Stingray helix in it and the setup that I've got in there now. And it's going to be fun.
You know, my 1000 runs pretty skookum anyways. that Helix really opened up the bottom end without me losing nothing on the top.
Right.
And that's why we've been wanting a Helix like that for the past year and a half. Is so we could have the bottom end and not lose on the top.
Well, see, I lost a little bit on the top, but I don't have the option to change out a primary spring either.
Yeah, you're really limited on what you can do unless you decide to tear off your primary housing again and do more wet clutch work.
I've done enough wet clutch work.
Yeah, like I said, you don't want to go in there again.
I've already been in there twice. I'm not doing it again. I mean, the only thing I can do to fix getting my top speed back is, which I'm still running over 70.
Yeah.
So I really haven't lost much. So I'm not going to be taking a trail model that fast anyway again. So
yeah, and see where what I'm doing out.
This.
What I'm doing out here, I still need to run, at least 80 miles an hour.
Well, I mean, I could put my other setup back in there, and I can do that. I don't feel the need to with the trail model. It just, yeah, it makes your butthole pucker a little bit.
But I'm saying, that Helix really woke my machine up on the bottom end because of the way it is.
I have no.
And then I didn't lose nothing on the top end.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, 417. Just keep an eye on your primary weights and your buttons on your secondary.
Derek said he's going to start him a GoFundMe page.
That's fine. Yeah, and the thing is, like, and I don't want to sound like I'm bashing other kits, and I don't want to sound like mine's the best, but I do want you to know that it's good. And that, I mean, that's pretty much that. But I will say I don't like the other secondary spring that's out there on the market. That's well known. And there's nothing or nobody that's going to get me to change my mind.
No, like I said, I only had that in my machine for less than 24 hours. Matter of fact, I was on the phone in a video call with you and Ron when I put it in, when I ran with it, and when I took it out.
Yep.
Because my belt temps instantly went from 175 to 215 degrees with it. And anytime you go over 200 degrees, your belt life goes immediately, drastically gets cut.
I've only had mine in my machine twice.
What's Calvin say competing with trophy trucks? What's that mean?
I don't know.
Going that fast to sand.
Well, I'll tell you right now, you're not going to do that with stock CF Moto shocks.
You're not going to do that with the stocks there with any CF Moto period.
Yeah. I don't know. Those Elkas I got from Hester, the faster I go, the smoother they are.
Drive a trail.
Drive a trail.
The Elkas are nice. They're worth the money. But you just can't fix a trail.
Yeah, Calvin, I actually have video. Matter of fact, it's on Red's YouTube of my machine at 81 miles an hour. And that 81 mile an hour run is with a blown head gasket. Before I blew the head gasket, I could run out at 86 miles an hour with 30-inch tires.
Yep.
Let's see. Calvin, mine is an 800 trail. I've went 0 to 78 in 0.6 miles.
I think I had I think my quarter mile time was
Yours was 17.4. Mine's 17.8.
yeah. I was 17.4 and a quarter mile at 68 miles an hour.
And then mine's 17.8 at 68 miles an hour. So you got me by a little bit on the jump.
Yeah.
When I had that set up, you were a little bit quicker takeoff than me. Which I still have that set up. I just don't run it. If I were to go down and ride with you, I would throw that setup back in there. But I don't ride the desert all the time, so I took it out.
Right.
And because I am in the desert, in the sand, that extra belt squeeze that I get from that helix in the lower speeds and the back shift works really good because sand just robs power.
It does.
It's on the trailer behind my truck.
Yeah. That was actually the last time mine's seen 82.
Well, see, Derek, one of the great things about Arizona is Arizona will street legal a wheelbarrow if you fill out the right paperwork.
Oh yeah, I forgot to go up and dump it though. Why
And when I say they street legal things,
what are you talking about?
It's a full street legal plate, no limitations on where you can go or anything.
The sensor's not working again for some reason. I need to unplug it.
Oh, Ron there's Ron. There you are. Where you belong on the bottom.
Right.
That's where you belong, is on the bottom.
Yep. Because I'm a nobody.
Just like all of us.
Yep.
Steve, why doesn't it display our names anymore?
I turned it off.
Oh.
What is our thoughts on why? I don't know. I don't have any idea why they use it. I wouldn't use it.
Because actually, wait a minute.
They change their belts and everything after every race too.
Yeah.
They don't care about longevity. As long as it makes it through the race, they don't care.
And, and believe it or not, when you're racing, you're actually not going that fast.
No, like 20, 30 tops.
You might see 45, maybe 55 before you're on the brakes diving into a corner. And that's if you got a long straight stretch.
Run a 30 shot of NOS on it.
Actually, Calvin, I don't think Michigan is as lenient or does it the same as Arizona. Because
Arizona, you can go anywhere.
Arizona, we can go interstate everywhere. It could be an old Yamaha 2-stroke Banshee, and it's nothing to see one blowing by you going down the interstate.
Well, if you wreck, just make sure you do it off the side of the road so you land in the sand. It's a little softer.
Yeah, it's a little softer.
Right.
But make sure it's a long time after it rains, because right after it rains, that stuff packs down like concrete.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Selling clutch kits, taking care of my customers. But yeah, I mean, the rest of this month, I'm offering that deal, and I may extend it. I don't know. I mean, I'm doing really good. And if you're thinking about my kit and don't know which kit will perform better, mine or somebody else's or somebody else's or somebody else's, buy them all. And at least if you don't like my kit, you'll get your money back. That's a guarantee. And I guarantee somebody else, they're all not going to give you that same guarantee. Just saying.
Do you need to do a break-in period?
No.
Not if you're using the same belt, no.
Redneck Garage, are installing one of your clutch kits, do you need to do a break-in period?
No.
I mean, not really. The only break-in you need to do is for the belt. And that's, if you already been driving it, then it's broke in.
417, if you want to run it, message Steve. Tell him what your riding is. He'll set you up a kit. I can tell you right now, you're not going to get the specs of everything.
What?
Well, he says, what setup would you recommend for a Z-Force 950? Call Steve, order the kit. He'll set you up with the style of riding you do, but
Yep.
he's not going to tell you the specs because, well, there's certain other people that like to copy.
Yep. I'm not giving out my specs. What I am giving out is a money-back guarantee. I know I'm kind of sort of against the not giving out specs. I feel like it's a wrong way of doing things. But at the same time, I got to protect
Your work.
my work, Larry's hard work, Ron's hard work. And there's other people who have tested kits for me, and I've given free kits. And they've worked hard too.
I didn't get a free kit.
Now, Steve,
You
you
did.
didn't give me that
I've got a
Helix.
free-
I actually
got a free
bought that
sticker.
Helix.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I bought that Helix. So that's not.
I didn't give any free Helixes. I only gave free primaries.
Yeah, and the primary you gave me was a long time ago, which was the competitors that destroyed my clutch.
Yeah, well, tell the people the true story.
I got a free sticker.
It wasn't mine.
True story. No, but I had to drive like 15 hours to a ride to get it.
Yeah, I'm Larry up here. Ron's on the bottom because he's the bottom bitch.
Yep, I'm bottom dweller.
Yep.
How can you say your kid's kangaroo or wombat proof? Could you imagine hitting a kangaroo on a freaking side by side? That would hurt. or hopefully they just jump before you get there.
That's funny. Yeah. That's funny.
I've seen people hit a freaking white-tailed deer and it get up and run off.
Yeah.
I hit a bear with a log truck once. It screwed my truck up. It rolled underneath. It literally picked the front end of the log truck off the ground. And when it rolled underneath, it tore out my fuel lines from my fuel tanks, tore out my air lines. Oh, it sucked.
Yep.
Red, that's a question for you. You're more fluent in the four-wheeler department.
Looking to get a 600 or 800 motor. We have a hunting property. Looking for something that will hold its own, doing full food plots and all.
I would say the 800 because he's probably going to be moving food around, maybe on a little trailer. He's going to be doing a little towing with it.
He's probably going to be throwing deer across the back rack.
Be honest though, man, the 800 is a full-on performance machine that's gonna work. But if you don't need all that power to do what you're doing, and if you want to save $1, the 600 would do. The 500 would do.
Depends on how big his food plot is. I've seen people have like weird contraptions hanging from trees and stuff.
Yeah.
With pulleys and.
That's true.
Yeah,
he's
I got
pulling a whole assembly out there on a trailer.
I got to basically break in Steve's 600T, and that was kind of fun.
If you're only pulling 500 pounds with it, a 600 is just fine.
Right.
It was fun watching Steve's soul leave his body.
Yep.
I was the first one to get that thing muddy.
I play around on almost 100 acres on a old Z600 2013, and it does fine out there.
Oh. And you know, guys, I'm actually so confident in the Stingray Helix that I actually just pulled mine out of my machine on Sunday and shipped it to a guy doing dyno testing to map the back shift and the torque curve of it.
Hey,
Yep.
did you measure how far it was sliding on the buttons up the Helix ramps?
All the
It goes almost all the way up. It's about a thumb width that it misses at the very top.
Yep.
Okay, that didn't answer my question, but okay, I got you.
Or
I'll
you
have
or
to
do you
pull mine. I'll have to pull mine. Your thumb, my thumb, Red's thumb.
my thumb, it's about a half inch.
My thumb's more than a half inch.
Well, you got sausage fingers.
I was just curious if anybody else had measured the actual wear path, how far it actually slides.
all the way.
Yeah, it's damn near all the way. It's probably
Me and Larry last night measured it with his.
Mine only goes 1.5 inches.
so from the top where it's flat, where it skips over to the next ramp, it's maybe 3/8 to a half inch is all it doesn't slide up.
Well, I haven't top speeded mine either. I have not done a top speed run with the Helix yet. I stopped at 70. Or, well, 69 according to the GPS.
I pushed mine to 71.
I mean, I still had power left. I just didn't take it full out.
I stopped at 71 because with the blowing head gasket, I was starting to overheat and kind of bounced off the sixth bar.
I was just wondering if I had already hit my full shift out to rely on engine power, or if I still had more shift out to go. And it sounds like I still have a little more shift out to go.
Well,
which is fine.
Gotta be fine, Ron.
Let me look through my phone.
Sorry, guys.
I might have a picture where I held the tape measure to the ramp to look at how far it was actually sliding. Now, depending on how far it looks like it slid and how far it's actually slid, is also going to depend on how worn your buttons are.
You what? What'd you say, man? I haven't either, but I got pizzas in there and tater tots. Okay. No, I'm back. I got a cupcake. What, babe? What? No, it's fine. I'll live. I'm just reading comments here.
I'm trying to look through photos on my phone.
If you didn't have 90,000 porn pictures on there, it'd be, a little easier for you.
Okay. 1.5 inches. The total black mark from my sliders on mine is 1.5 inches.
Okay. Then I am fully shifted out.
Got the brute force, but a buddy has a 400 moto for just messing around. Loves it, so I looked into them. Yeah, they're not bad. Penny is in the you famous tuber. Thanks, Brandon. I don't know how to. I'm on my phone, so I don't know how to blast it. Hold on, let me find out.
It won't let me do it.
It says start comment. Can you do it, Ron? Okay. There we go. Thanks.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me do it at all. Come here, Max girl.
I can probably do YouTube here so I can at least see the comments better.
But Ron, I think I would get more shift out with a little bit lighter secondary spring than what I'm currently running.
No, because I measured the stock helix, and the stock helix at full shift out was only 1.5 inches too.
But there's still more room on a helix to get a little more out of it.
Yeah, there is, but I think the limitation is our secondary.
Yeah, it goes down and hits the bottom.
Well, I got my shit all tore apart. I think when I put it back together, I will. Well, when I get my helix back from the dyno tuner, I'll mark my sheaves down low and just see how far my belt goes down.
Come here, Mace girl. Maisie's right here. See, I got a real dog. Look at her.
Chris Squirrel, appreciate that, man.
Look how cute she is.
I really do love that thing. I really do love that thing.
Yeah, you ride it more than your 800 now.
Who's here?
My 800 just sits.
So when are you going to put the whips off your 800 onto it?
I'm not.
Didn't you put whips on the quad? I don't like gay fairy whips. Sorry.
He's just mad because he ain't got a set.
No, I don't have any light on my machine at all that changes any color other than clear. Functionality, not homosexuality. Y'all can run all your colored lights that flicker and flash and all that crap. I'll have mine functional so that I can see what the hell I'm doing, and that's all I need.
Yes, Brandon does. He holds the record. 10 months, 22 days. I actually just seen that the other day. I was actually planning on doing a video highlight all you guys. I just haven't had time to do it, and it's on my list to do.
Redneck Garage member status for your YouTube page?
Yeah. No. Yeah. My YouTube.
Now you're a paying subscriber, I think, or whatever.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because I've been on here longer than that, but I'm not a paying subscriber.
Right. I just like the honest reviews, good, bad, ugly. Really helps potential buyers get an in-depth look in the product. Yes, and that's how I like to keep my channel honest. Listen, if you buy a CF Moto, I don't make $1, so I don't care if they sell one or not. I love the brand regardless, even if I do have a bad, some sort of a bad review. Because let's face it, no matter what you buy on the planet, there's something bad about it.
Goofy Skulls. Yeah. I don't know if you just popped in now or been here for a while. Get with Steve. He will get rid of that jerkiness in your primary.
I agree with Whiplash. So I have a CF 800XC. Me and my wife love it, but I hate the jerky part of it. Is there a way? Yeah. Larry just answered that.
Derek, that's why I bought a trail model. It was for my benefit.
Yeah, Brandon has. Yeah, Brandon's been here since I had 644 subscribers, which felt like last year.
And then he went and got all popular on us.
Yeah, the video this weekend will definitely prove it because there's a lot of people showing up that's running the hand.
Oh, hey, there's Ed. Hey, Ed, how did you like that secondary spring I sent you from the competitor?
Oh my God.
How long did it last in your machine? How much wear did it put on your buttons in your secondary?
Yeah.
I need to
get
get
the expensive parts and I had to be the leader. What the hell?
Yeah. You know,
I got an idea. Let's go riding on trails we've never been on before that are covered in mud, and we'll put an idiot in an 800 trail in the front.
No, I need to put him in an old Hyson.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't knock the Hyson. And whoever commented earlier that had a mule, I never would have got rid of that damn mule because you cannot tear them things up.
You really can't. I mean,
They are a multi-use, you cannot destroy me machine. I would have kept it around just to have it.
See, Ed, I did like it. It did in low under 25, but the wear is what got me.
Yeah, the buttons. And to the comment earlier about the buttons with the Helix, I think it was you, Larry.
Yeah.
I put brand new buttons in mine when I put the Helix in.
Did you?
Yeah.
I just resurfaced mine.
I put new ones in. I mean, I've got 3 other used sets, but
it's sitting in a box now. So, Ed, is what you're saying? It's a speed part that just didn't quite work out.
Well, see, my Articat one's a little different, though. It is not as stiff as that one, even. My stiff secondary that I got sitting here, it actually functions. I can actually ride it, but I do get a lot of belt heat.
Yeah.
Not as bad if I'm not using the Helix. If I'm using the stock Helix, it's not as bad. I could probably take it for a couple of rides and it'd be all right, but I wouldn't take it any more than that. I want a little bit lighter secondary spring in mine. And then I got to go through the process of retuning everything again.
Yep.
There goes another 3 days. And probably another axle.
don't be breaking nothing down here, Ron.
I hope not.
I already know you. As soon as I come up on that trail where that mud hole is.
No, me and Ed already talked about that. We're gonna ride first, and then we'll hit the mud hole. I don't feel like riding around the rest of the weekend with 200 extra pounds of mud caked into different areas of my machine and my half track.
And with a bad throttle positioning sensor again?
No, I super glued the seals on it. So
Oh, did you?
it's watertight now. So if anybody buys the GM throttle positioning sensor for the 800s, just let it be known they are not waterproof. It's lucky I had my stock one still with me to throw back on there, or I wouldn't have been riding the rest of the weekend. Yeah, we're gonna wait and do the mud last.
I really need to get with the machine shop so I can actually make those whips again, Steve. By hand, it's just too much work.
It is
on my lathe by hand. It just takes way too long.
Time ain't worth the money.
Yeah, and
like you do anything anyway.
Well, it's still
the same boat I'm in.
And what I'd have to charge people to make it worth my time to make a set of whips like I did for Steve, they would be higher price than 5051 whips.
Right.
But they do take a beating.
Red, are you going to have your electric impact with you?
I can.
Okay, do.
You changing out the tires?
Yeah, in case me and Ed decide to swap out tires. I'll bring my tires and my jack. My battery went bad on my electric impact.
Okay, I'll bring mine.
Ron in a mud hole is like a year-old stomping in the water puddle he can't resist.
Remind me, because we're going to swing through the house here before we go riding. Because I'm going to do work on Jason's machine before we go.
Jason. Which one? Which machine is that?
He's the one that swamped the 600 that I told you.
Oh, okay.
Never got to test it over 25, so can't speak on belt temp or high speeds, but it's sitting in a box. Drop my machine off and get the R.N.G upgrade. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Brandon. It's very tough, but I need to upgrade trading price. Amazing. After we change out tires, Ron.
You know, Derek doesn't have much room to talk because he goes through the same crap we do.
Yeah, he does. Brandon says, need a couple Ugga-Duggas.
No, I'll bring my torque wrench. I like hill climbing with mine. Mine's a freaking billy goat.
Anything with EV in the name is already off the table. Oh, freaking beat.
Well, if we wouldn't have, Derek, if we wouldn't have stopped, you would have been because you were behind Gary.
You guys just need to go back over to Tecumseh and meet up that guy with that Hyson again.
God, he outrode us all.
We should have got his name.
Yeah.
So we could have looked him up on Facebook or something.
Yes.
Gary, that was funny. That's how people die.
I'm going to leave him in the dust with my 600. Literally.
Who?
Derek.
I don't like the taste of dust.
Me either. Check out the new C-Force EV 110 something from.
I said anything with EV and the name's already off limits.
Yeah.
I would do an EV if they could get the battery life to last longer.
You know, I have owned an EV vehicle. I was probably around 8 or 9 years old. And
power wheels.
Yep, and the batteries just sucked.
Well, now they're getting an average of about. I forgot what they said they were getting out of the Polaris Ranger. I think it was like an average of 80 miles. So I don't know. There's times where we'll ride 100 and some miles a day, and it's not enough charge.
Yeah, I mean, a short night ride for us is usually 80 miles, and that's a short one.
Well, even in the trails, I mean, hell, we'll go ride 100 miles a day when we take long trips. You can't do it, and that's what sucks. Yeah. Now, for guys that are farming and stuff like that, and they're not putting a shit ton of miles on them every day, all day, by all means, they work fine. They work great. They got plenty of torque to pull stuff.
Yeah,
there's a spot for them, just not for me. Not at this point. Like I said,
I'm thinking here pretty soon that's about all it's going to be available in California is EV stuff.
Why? The power grid won't handle it.
Well, yeah, but they want to phase out all automotive stuff by like 2035 or something like that. All combustion engines.
It ain't gonna happen. Especially when they send out diesel chargers to charge them on the side of the road.
Hey, I'm gonna buy me a Tesla and put a Predator generator in the trunk.
Yeah.
I bet he's just out of gas. He got no gas in it.
Oh, there you go. Facebook's gonna hit you with misinformation.
Probably.
Fact check.
What for?
You know, I understand where certain people learn to spin their information to fit their narrative. They learned it from the Facebook fact checking.
That's right.
Yes, Derek. Gary was having a hell of a time, but he never gave up.
Yeah,
And
Calvin.
that
F
winch
one
proved itself.
that F-150 Lightning towed what, like 80 some miles, and that was
Yeah,
it.
that was funny. Yeah, it was like 87 miles, I think is what it was.
Yeah, it was somewhere, 85, 86, 87, something like that. It did better than that. What is it? That Revile or whatever one?
Did you see that one where they took that electric car and I don't remember how far they were going, but they mapped out where they were stopping at their charging stations and then how long they were sitting there waiting and how far they got and all that good stuff. Man, it took them forever to make a drive.
Okay, here's a prime example. If I had an F-150 Lightning towing my side by side
LOL, Derek.
from here in Arizona to say Moab, I would be screwed because once I left Flagstaff, there's no charging stations between there and Moab. So
That's
there's
why
not
you got a
there's
great
not
big solar panel on your roof because you're in
Yeah.
the sun.
yeah, you it's like, oh, I'm out of charge. What am I going to do? Well, here goes the Predator generator.
Yeah, but if you're running off of a 110 plug, it takes like 36 hours to charge it.
Yeah.
You're going to be sitting out there in the desert in the heat. Because even the Ranger EV, they said if you plug it into 220, it takes like, I think it was like 8 to 10 hours or something like that to charge it. And it was over 24 hours to charge it if you plugged it into a 110.
Oh yeah, only half the amperage is even close to being available on 110.
So yeah, it was not good. That's why I wouldn't have one.
And then if you use one of those superchargers, they cost you an arm and a leg for power out of a supercharger.
The amount that you pay for an EV vehicle, and you have to pay every time you stop at a charging station, and the maintenance and the upkeep on it and all that stuff. You can go buy a little Honda Civic with a 4-cylinder in it that gets 40 miles a gallon, use less money, not have to stop to charge it,
Yeah.
and you can tune it to where they put out damn near zero emissions.
What are some changes you'd like to see on the CF Motos in 2023?
Bring the Trail 800 from Australia to the US.
Yep. Hands down.
Put some actual power in the 950 that gets to the ground.
Yep.
More suspension travel on all of them.
I would like to see them bring the colors they offer in the other countries here to the U.S.
Yeah, that'd
And
be
the
nice.
seats.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely the seats. Them seats looked sweet.
Well,
Yep.
I know in the 2020 through 2022, the sport models, my wife and I couldn't even sit in the seats on those ones, but the EX ones or the new HO, let me say the new HO models, the seats are actually fairly comfortable in those. Those aren't bad seats.
You know what?
Scooter, we told you how to fix that with the beer. You got to relocate your radiator and quit using the lines, the coolant lines that go all the way to the front of the machine, and your beer won't become a boiler.
Just to prove I'm not lying about how many clutch kits I've sold. This is just one folder.
I can grab a ream of paper too and say that.
My ream of paper ain't dry on each side. Oh, there's still a little bit in there.
Is he still complaining about the hot beer?
Yeah.
Who?
Okay, get online, Google OEM tools. They sell a kit that comes with a can koozie and a tumbler. And I tell you, I can put ice in it in the morning.
Oh,
I keep refilling my cup all day, and it still has ice in it at the end of the day.
And this is coming from a drinker.
Exactly. I fill my cup up quite a few times. Of course, I keep my refill alcohol in the cooler behind me. And even if I did need to add more ice, I got a whole cooler of it right behind me. But my drink has never been hot. Even in the can koozie, my can has never been hot.
You know what I don't like about the Z-Forces?
Sounds to me like he's drinking too damn slow.
Yeah, is the cup holders are different sizes.
Yeah, one's taller, one's tall, deep. The other one's, yeah.
The one is larger diameter than the other one. He says, "Show me your travel mug."
What's this? And I bought one of these stupid little handles from Walmart for like $5. Oh, and the can koozie will hold a can or 12-ounce bottle. It's not one of those new cool ones that'll hold any size, shape can. But they might have one now. I got these a long time ago.
Oh, all his computers did is make us use more paper.
But yeah, OEM Tools has got an awesome tumbler set. I got this as a Christmas present. Probably close to. See, I got hurt, almost 5 years ago? And I got it 2 managers prior to getting hurt. So probably 7 or 8 years I've had this.
Oh, here's your question, Steve.
Rival all day. The CF Moto one is like bland and blah.
I heard it's cheap and light too.
Yep.
Tell you what, I wish the bumpers on mine were light.
Yours are super ATVs, aren't they?
Yeah, that's why the finish looks like shit. They powder coat right over surface rust. They don't clean nothing. But the front bumper's heavy as shit. Because like when I was up there in Moab, because it changes my approach angle a little bit, I literally have to push the bumper up on the ledges before my front tires get up to them.
You know what you do for that? Is you cut some strips of cutting board and you bolt them to it.
Hey, Ron, you got a smoker?
Do I have a smoker? No.
I do.
No, I do not.
You ain't going to do us any good.
I'm a smoker.
I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to cook these ribs all day while we're riding.
Turn the heat down low and put a metal tray over the top of it?
Well, we're not going to be able to cook them on my flat top.
No.
And my gas grill is now a wood grill.
Well, now, Steve, you can cook those fairly fast and have them still turn out good. You said your gas grill's now a wood grill.
Well, they're pork, so they're gonna cook fast too, anyway. So
yeah.
Well, I do them in the smoker, and it takes me at least 6 hours.
Right.
But you can, I wonder how it would turn out if you could do them on the flat top, wrap them in foil, and then get one of the covers, to go over food on the flat top,
Yeah.
and maybe just not on the direct heat of the burner, but maybe
Turn it down low.
have a burner on each side of it, and then put the ribs in between the two burners.
Mine's only a 2-burner. Well, it's got 4 burners, but 2 knobs.
What's wrong with me, girl?
Yeah, but freaking
I guess
Ronnie.
I could cook them here and then just heat them up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd work.
Actually, a good way to do that is if you got a smoker at home, smoke the ribs, vacuum seal them, and freeze them. And then when you get to your going, you just take the whole vacuum seal bag, throw it in water, let it boil, bring them up to temp, and then serve them.
Yeah.
Kind of like they do at the restaurant.
Yep.
Order them pre-cooked.
That's what they are. That would be a way to do it.
No, nothing that I'm aware of, Ron. Yeah, I might cook them tomorrow. I'm making a homemade macaroni salad tomorrow, too. I got a lot of shit to do tomorrow.
I got some chips and a great big can of Bush's baked beans.
We can heat those up on a flat top.
Now, I'm having a problem with the Bush's grilling beans. Maybe you guys can help me out.
Well, they don't sell those in the giant.
I bought some grilling beans, and I went to put them on the grill, and they keep falling through. They keep falling through the grates.
I cannot figure out. Top.
Oh, but they say grilling beans.
Yeah, they're worded wrong. They're flat topping beans.
Oh,
yeah.
So yesterday we took the kid out for his 23rd birthday, and we went to a hibachi grill.
Did he take 23 shots?
Well, $150 later for 4 people.
Good God, ours ain't even that much. It's like 80.
Yeah, like what I had steak and shrimp.
Oh, that's
nice, Michael.
That was like $36. The wife had
buddy.
chicken and shrimp. That was like $34. Zach had spicy chicken. That was like $26. And then the other boy had chicken, and I think he had chicken and shrimp also. And 2 sodas.
Yeah, I agree, Ron.
And it was $151.
Okay, so you say that was at a hibachi grill? That's where they cook right in front of you, right?
Yep.
So did they flip the shrimp into your mouth?
Not mine, but actually, is what he did is he flipped broccoli into the kid's mouth. He caught it.
Yeah, they do you drive down to Kansas City and you go to the Japanese steakhouse down there.
Yeah,
they actually flip shrimp in your mouth. Here they were doing broccoli, and I was like, this is a goddamn ripoff.
You know the onion that they catch on fire in the middle of the grill and then they throw it away?
Yeah.
I would eat the hell out of that.
Actually, you know what he did? He caught it on fire. He caught it on fire, and then he mixed that with the stir fry. He cut it up into the stir fry.
Now that's smart. Ours throw it away.
Wow.
They just did it for show.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm going to have to jump off here, guys. The wife's home.
Yeah, me too. I got editing to do, and I got tons of stuff to do, and yeah.
We're right about the 3-hour mark anyway. So
yeah, 2 hours, 58 minutes. It's soon to be 2 hours, 59 minutes here right now.
Yeah.
Mine says 2 hours and 59 minutes and 25, 26, 27 seconds.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining. Everybody that joined, appreciate it. Leave us a like button down below. Everybody that's close, or even if you're not close, come to the ride. Consider becoming a channel member so it helps support what we do. And if you need a clutch kit, get with me.
Yeah, I was going to say, buy Red's clutch kits.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, and come to the ride on Saturday. Last
Oh,
thing I'm gonna say it is
we got a last question that just popped in.
I got 200, 600 primary spring and 14 weights in my 600T. And reclocked the secondary to B3. I have a lot more low mid-range torque, but lost a few mile per hour on top end. Yes, the helix. Get the helix and the spring that I have. And clock it to C1. And you'll love it. And get rid of those 14-gram weights. And put your stock weights back in there. You'll love it. Good night, Ron.
All right.
Calvin.
I'm out of here.
Scooter, see you later.
Later,
Have fun,
guys.
We'll see ya. Peace out.
See ya.
How do I log out of this?